University of Michigan great Braylon Edwards and, of course, Maz are about to take over on Woodward Sports. Every day, 2 to 4 p.m., it's the best Detroit sports talk on Detroit's best sports network, Woodward Sports.
And welcome to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz, except I am not Ermanni. Maz looks like he got a suntan and some dreads. And a little bit younger.
Got a little slimmer too.
My name is Stick, filling in for Ryan Ermanni today. That is the world famous Braylon Edwards. Name of business today too with the wave rack, man.
Well, you know, I just got my hair braided. It's funny, like when guys get their hair braided, I think I never wear my do-rag, but maybe 4 hours of the day. But fresh.
Oh, revealing the braid check.
I didn't get the haircut yet. So
I knew that's why you had on a do-rag.
That's why I had on a do-rag. But I'll show you. That's what it's looking like right there.
Okay.
It's funny. I saw Hi Davis last week at Jalen Rose outing. He roasted my hang time.
Oh, really?
Right, rightfully so. That's another reason why I'm in the do-rag.
Yeah.
Not
bad.
Good, man. Congratulations again. My man Stick got married over the weekend up in Charlotte, Michigan. A lot of people with Woodward Sports there. Tell us about the experience, sir.
I couldn't ask for a better experience, honestly. Shout out to my man Limpy for getting me the dad gang hat.
You are a part of the dad gang and the husband gang.
Yep, dad gang, husband gang now. Got the ring on the finger. Couldn't ask for a better weekend. Just, those moments where you can get all the people that you love and all the people that have been there through your whole life in the same room. It's just like impossible to express how cool that is, because I got friends from literally kindergarten all the way through Woodward Sports and every walk of my life, and getting all those people together, it's never going to happen again. That was the first time it ever happened. So to me, I really like to step back and look at those moments. And then I got to dance with my daughter for the first time.
Beautiful.
Corey looked absolutely amazing walking down the aisle.
Shout out to Corey.
She picked a great
Corey
place.
Day.
Yeah, Dr. Corey Day.
Corey Day.
Dr.
I will get
That's
it right.
Dr.
Dr. Corey Day.
Well, we were talking to the wedding DJ about how we wanted to be introduced, and it was like, Mr. and Mrs. Day, or Sam and Corey Day, and I was like, no. We got a doctor in the family. Had to marry her in because my family's never going to be doctor, but we had to marry in a doctor. Now there's a Dr. Day. There is a Dr. Day. Corey was amazing. Her dad was amazing through the whole process. Her mom, I literally cannot say one thing that went wrong this weekend except, Braylon didn't show up.
Damn.
But at least, here's what I will say. At least Braylon is classy enough to text me and be like, hey, I can't make it, right? Yeah. The no-call, no-shows.
That's even worse. That's even worse.
That's no speak. That's
inexcusable.
grounds for no speak.
I mean, it's like, come on, you costing me money right now. All you had to do was just tell me you couldn't make it. It's fine. You know me. What did I respond to you?
And 100%.
Love you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Wish you could be there.
And I felt bad that I couldn't come, but I was like, hey, you know what? Look, I'm gonna tell him so he knows that I'm not coming. I ain't want you.
I had a couple other friends call me and be like, hey, can't make it for whatever reason, and I don't care the reason. Just call and let me know so I'm not like, oh, damn, they didn't show up. Like, one of my friends, I didn't even read the invitation. I saw it was your wedding. I RSVP'd. I didn't know it was in Charlevoix. He's like, I can't make it. I'm like, you're an idiot, but thank you. Right. At least I know you're not coming.
And also, too, that's why we love him. That's just a friend. That's why we love him. We know he's that type of guy.
But it was absolutely fantastic. And shout out to everybody who supported. And thank you guys for holding it down here.
Of course.
What's it? What do we? Power Neck. I got to thank Power Neck for handling the bounce houses while I was gone. He helped me out with the bounce house.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Got some support.
Shout out Power Neck, man.
He missed a delivery, but that's okay. 3 out of 4 ain't bad. Till I get the message like you missed my daughter's birthday. Where's the? I had to issue a refund. I had to issue an apology.
Cost me money, CW.
He cost me money, but he did make me some money, so I can't be too mad.
It's balanced out.
Like I said, 3 out of 4 deliveries wasn't bad.
75%.
Like,
God,
Get
right now,
effort,
But no, appreciate everybody.
How you gonna make it right for that FF? So you sent them back to deposit.
I told her I could not be more embarrassed. This is not how I do business. Here's your money back. Here's a free bounce house. Whatever you want for the rest of your life because I ruined your 7-year-old's birthday.
Please don't write me a nasty review.
No, and she was fantastic. She's like, no, I understand this because what happened was the green slide was going out on Saturday and Sunday.
Okay.
The Sunday canceled. When I texted him the Sunday canceled, he thought it was the Saturday. So he misread the text.
Oh.
And that's what happened. But that poor
tough.
little girl had a ruined birthday all because Power Neck misread a text.
Damn, Power
And
Neck.
it
Shame
cost
on
me
you, Power Neck.
$379. But either way, thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, slow down when you're reading.
Yes.
Slow down when you're
I felt so bad, man. A magical weekend, and then that poor lady leaves me a voicemail like, my daughter didn't have her. I'm like, oh, God. Well, yeah, we're here.
Did she ever try to call you at any point during the day?
She did, but it was my wedding
Oh,
day,
yeah.
bro. I didn't have my phone on me.
Like, I didn't know Saturday was the day of the
It was
wedding.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Even if he did, he wasn't picking it up.
I wasn't picking, I didn't even have my phone that whole day. We hired people to capture the moments. I wasn't trying to do that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I'm ready to talk sports, man. We got Lions football tomorrow.
We do.
Tomorrow, live football.
It's not the real thing.
I don't know it
That's
is, and it's the real thing, man. These are grown-ass men getting paid to go out there and hurt each other.
True.
And whew, tomorrow night, I know NFL Network's going to have the Patriots and Panthers, Lions versus the Giants. There's been some kerfuffles at camp. I mean, Kirby
More
Joseph
than a
showing those
kerfuffle.
lefts, showing those rights, doing what he can do. And here's the result of that from Adam Schefter. The NFL confirmed today that the Detroit Lions and the New York Giants organizations have each been fined $200,000 for multiple fights that broke out at a joint practice between the clubs earlier this week. All NFL clubs were reminded in a memo, it was in a memo, Braylon, last week that fighting and unprofessional conduct at joint practices will not be tolerated. And you can put it in a memo all you want, but once you get grown-ass men out there pushing each other, you ain't challenging my pride. And I honestly, I like how both sides address this. I love Daniel Jones' comments about it. Like, hey, we got our butt beat last year. Talent, we may not be able to beat you, but nobody's going to beat us with the fight. And I've always wanted the Lions to have that mentality. So for the Giants to have it when those two teams collide, I'm fine with it. I got no problem with grown men fighting in practice like that. But I'll never understand punching somebody's face mask. Like, sure, it hurts them, but you're going to hurt your hand. Like, it's a helmet. Quit hitting helmets.
It's true. We talked about it yesterday, me and Ryan. I said I understand that from the fans' point of view. Like, nothing good comes with throwing punches at helmets. You can get a broken hand, broken fingers, a thumb, or anything to delay your journey to ultimately the Super Bowl. But guys have been fighting face masks since Little League. I mean, you know how to hit. It's not necessarily straight on punch. We talked about yesterday. You know, you're not bringing overhand right bam like that. You're kind of fighting off the side of your fist.
Yeah.
It's more noise than it actually is hurting. But to your point about it, I love the fact that Kirby Joseph got snuck on the way by Malik Neighbors, and he said, nah, this ain't the type of team we are. I was talking yesterday. Safety set the tone. The DBs, like, safeties are the big brothers to the DBs. The safeties are the ones that takes care of the secondary. They're the big guys. Terry Arnold's going to be protected by that safety. That's why he went over there chirping. He said, yeah, that's why he got you on clamps. You saw him give him a little jab. Kirby Joseph said, nah, Big Ten football, I won't play that. So I don't have a problem with it, but I equate it to a false start. All right, everybody's talking about the Olympics. So we got some fun Olympic stuff for you guys today, those of you that have been paying attention. Shout out to the guy from Cuba, the wrestler, heavyweight, 5th gold medal in consecutive Olympics. It's the most times somebody has won the same event. 5 Olympics. First time he won was in 2008 in Beijing, and then he won last night, won the gold medal. So shout out to Mahim Jordan, I think I said his name right. But it's like a false start at the Olympics. When you false start, the next guy to false starts anytime after that, it's charged to the field. So you can't false start once and then you get a second false start.
Right.
No. Once one person false starts, everybody else is automatically disqualified. That's how Dan Campbell has to approach the situation. Hey, look, it was fun. You know, Sheila's got the bag. This will be paid for. Tax write-off, no big deal. But this is the type of team we are going to be. We're not going to be an undisciplined team responding to everything, costing ourselves. Because these particular moments, they show up when you least don't need them in those type of games. You don't need these type of penalties. 15 yards is a long way to talk you out of a field goal, potential turnover. You can't do this during the season. You've been warned.
Yeah, and that's I was thinking about that when it's happening, right? Because like I said, I love it. I love the fight. That's what I want.
I loved it too. It's training camp.
I want good guys that are badasses. Like I want Panay Sewell, who'll bring his kid to the field, but also beat that
in
butt
front of
if
his
Aaron
kid.
Donald, if Aaron Donald, has some. But it does kind of scare me because I've been a lifelong Lions fan, right?
Okay.
And we're here. The Lions have arrived, and I think there's this grace period that we're getting right now as Lions not only Lions fans, where last year it was cute when we went in and took over stadiums, and it's like, oh, the Lions are actually finally doing something. And now the team is also like, okay, the Lions went from being a pushover to they're no longer pushovers. But we're going to get to a point where you're over the hump on that, right? Where you can be where you become the Raiders and you're known for foolishness, not for these guys are tough nosed, these guys have grit. It's like, okay, these guys are reactionary. We know we can push their buttons. So this year is very interesting for me as a tone setter for the Lions players in that aspect, because how much do you want to push that narrative of you guys are tough guys, gritty guys, but you can't be reactionary guys? And same thing for the fans. We had a year of being cute Lions fans. We're going to be labeled as annoying-ass Lions fans, but we're knocking on every single stadium door, selling it out with Honolulu Blue. You can't hear enough of us on Twitter. Like, it's going to happen soon.
Tell them, boy, Anthony told me in the building. You know what? At the end of the day, you have to build it somewhere. And I think the Lions have started in 2021 building their identity, building that toughness. Now, they didn't have the players on defense in 2021, 2022. Right. But they eventually got the roster to where they're comfortable. And that's this year, and it really started last year. So they'll get to the point where they're no longer trying to prove they're tough. I think that's the space that the Lions defense, at least, is still in right now. Proving we're tough. No, don't bring that over here. I know we were giving up passes last year, but that's not who we really are. The defensive line. No, we're going to get to that quarterback. Now, you're not going to try to run the ball on us consistently. So I think they're in the phase of trying to build that, consistently build that. But you'll get to a point where you no longer need to do that. You'll become the Baltimore Ravens, where you know the Baltimore Ravens aren't talking. They're really out there hitting. They're really banging heads. You know what I'm saying? You talk about the Steelers, or you talk about the Seahawks back in the day, the 49ers over the past 6 or 7 years. They don't have to talk. They don't have to do the extra things. They don't have to get caught up in skirmishes because everybody's scared of those defenses. So they're talking now, and I believe this is how you set that tone for what you want to be. But when the field comes next month, got to see something on the field to back up all this talking and all this extra stuff on the outfield.
Yeah, because beating up on a rookie, Malik Neighbors, that's fun in preseason.
It was cool. You won the fight.
He won that fight.
But this ain't boxing.
Right.
This ain't boxing. I want to see you catch touchdowns. I want to see you stop the opposition. So it's a lot of fun right now. I'm excited too. But I think Dan Campbell will get them in the space, whether it's Aaron Glenn, whether it's Ben Johnson. When the season starts, we know we're the only ones. We're the only ones that can shoot ourselves in the foot and that can hurt ourselves. It's them. It's the Lions.
Alan W. in the chat. I think we're already there, Stick. Other fan bases hate us. And you could see it coming, right? You know, and I think when the Red Sox were horrible pretty much my entire existence leading up to like the early 2000s. It was like, oh, the Red Sox, they suck. Then all of a sudden they started winning World Series, and they became the most annoying fan base I have ever heard in my entire life. And I hope we get to be.
Yeah, Boston's always been annoying.
I want to be an annoying fan base because that means we're winning, right? Like, we've never been an annoying fan base because we were a joke fan base. Like, well, the Lions beat us. They can talk their crap because they're never going to win for the next 10 years. So as a fan base, I love that we're getting to that point, and I love that we have a team to back it up. And you know, we're seeing it. We're seeing these tough guys, and hopefully we see it on the field tomorrow night in preseason.
Yeah, 100%. Like, we're one of those cities where you knew once we start winning, we were going to be annoying. You knew when we like this is no new thing. When the Tigers were winning, when the Pistons were the bad boys, they hated us back then. When the Pistons were the going to work Pistons, when we went the Red Wings, I mean, they couldn't stomach us as NHL fans. So we've always been this. It's just only a matter of time. Like Boston. You knew Bostonians are freaking annoying. We've known that our whole lives.
The worst.
You just had to win to get it out there. And now the Lions are winning. So they have every right, though. Talk that you know what, man.
Hey, we haven't had a chance to do it my entire life, right? And, like, even the Madden ratings, I was talking to the fellas in the back. You know, Madden's coming out next week. And this is the first time in my life I could just turn on a Madden game, not update rosters or anything, and the Lions are going to be good. Yeah. The Lions are actually, like, I can go and
Are you pissed at the ratings, though? How are you with the ratings?
I don't care about the ratings. Like, to me, Madden ratings mean very little in the scheme of things. Like, they're cute. They're fun for us to talk about. But when people get mad about Madden ratings, I don't really care. But I do care that for the first time in my life, I can play with the Lions and not get laughed at. Because, you know, back in the day, you're like, I'm playing with the Lions. Yeah, they got Roy Williams.
Yeah.
You know, I'll put Teddy Lehman at linebacker. He's an 84 speed, so he's going to be all over this field. You had to look for those things. Now it's like, this team's damn good. That's going to be so fun. I haven't been able to do that since Madden 93 when it was 6-bit.
Jesus.
When it was Barry Sanders with a star and a 20 around him running around the field.
Barry was always
64
cold.
bit.
We love when the ratings came out because practices were that much more fun. When you get the guy who thought he was going to be an 85 and he's like a 77, he's coming to practice to work, and it's going to be fun. You get the player that maybe be overhyped a little bit, and guys on team like, he ain't no 94.
Right.
So you saw mismatches, you saw matchups. It was a lot of fun. Those days, coaches knew to take the pads off because somebody would get hurt.
That's funny that the players hold on to it.
Hell yeah.
I think
Because you work your
They take that personal.
you work your whole career to get to a rating on Madden. Like as a player growing up in Detroit, like that's what I want. I wanted to get there.
Yeah.
But I wanted to see my rating on NCAA. I wanted to see my rating on Madden. So you really covet that rating.
See, and that's the
think a lot of
difference
people
between me and
forget
you. I
this.
just would have been happy my name was in Madden. Like, oh my God, that's
Right.
me. That's
got
me.
it
I don't
wrong.
care if I'm a 52 and never going to play.
Like
Right.
what? 62 and blocking? I'm a big guy.
I was just about to say.
I gotta break somebody's neck.
I was just about to
say
say that it's so much that go into the rating that I think people forget. That is why like certain players may get the rating they may get. Like like Jared Goff isn't gonna probably have the highest speed, so that's probably gonna knock his overall down. He's probably not maybe like
He's
certain
an
little
84,
things
right?
like
They have
no,
listed
yeah, I was
82.
about to say I thought he was like
82?
83. Yeah, so
80.
Yeah, but
Either-
they have
but
Aaron
82,
Rodgers as an
bro.
83, right? So I
yeah,
mean,
so but
Still. Like,
I don't
come
know, but it's just so many things that go into it that skew it. So you'll see like some players that just because they got like such a high speed that
Right.
boost up their overall and stuff. So it's just like
back in the day, it was about what you got paid. Like 90s, early 2000s, mid 2000s. Like what your contract was, how good you're gonna be on Madden. Now they actually do their due diligence, if you will, and break it down by acceleration, strength, blocking,
Yeah.
tackle,
They
blah,
try
blah, blah.
anyway.
Yeah.
Pete, you said it looked like you wanted to say something on this topic.
Oh no, because I love video games. My whole point is when we played these video games, I used to love being the Lions because I was like, oh, I could finally get to take the Lions to the Super Bowl because you always want to be the underdog team. Well, now if the Lions are not the underdog team, who are you going to be? But you're still going to be the Lions, obviously.
That's it.
Yeah.
I've never been anybody but the Lions. People would crack on me, and then I'd bust their heads with Calvin Johnson.
Yeah.
But, you know,
No, Megatron used to be a cheat code.
that was the thing.
Megatron was a cheat code
Wilson
back
won
then.
put that. Calvin was unstoppable in Madden.
Yeah.
Especially when they put in where you could directional pass.
Yeah,
Oh,
that goal
Just
line
throw the
fade.
jump ball to
goal
him.
line fade.
Jump
Every
ball to
time.
Calvin.
How were the Lions when you was throwing it to
Roy
Mike
Williams.
Williams?
To Mike was huge in that game though. He was
Yeah.
6'5". You could throw the jump ball to him.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Charles Rogers, he's
Yeah.
speed
Yeah.
over the the Lions were always a sneaky team if you knew how to
Yeah,
use their
Roy
pieces.
Williams.
Yeah.
Roy Williams.
Sneaky.
Stupid
Yeah,
first down when we're down 40.
And real quick for the franchise
Form,
players
bro.
out there, I used to always play Madden franchise, and whenever I did the Lions and you win the Super Bowl, the announcer would go like, "Do not adjust your TV set." Yes, I said the Lions won the Super Bowl.
sneak
No
shot us.
other team had that commentary but us. So man, yeah, it is good to finally know that they're good in the video game.
Well, Amon-Ra St. Brown is like, what? Was he at 93, 90?
94.
Things like-
94?
Yep, mid-90s.
And he says that the Lions have a team full of playmakers, regardless of what the Madden ratings say.
Yeah.
Braylon was 95. and
It's nice. It's amazing to see. I mean, it's been like that for like 2 years now. But knowing that you're out there on the field with other playmakers is like, you don't have to make the play every play. It's gonna be one of us is gonna make the play though, and it might be you one play, it might not be you for 2 drives, but that next drive it might be you. So I love it. You always got to be ready. But it's nice to know that you're not the only guy out there that has to make a play to help the team win. You got a bunch of guys that can, be explosive, make guys miss, and get touchdowns. So thank you.
So, Braylon, you've, I'm sure, played with teams where it's Braylon Edwards is 1, 2, and 3 option.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you've played on teams where Braylon Edwards is a part of the equation and it takes some pressure off you. What does that do to you as a player like Amon-Ra St. Brown? His first 2 years in the league, it's like, dude, we got you and nobody else. This year, it's like, hey, we got J-Mo, we got Laporta, Gibbs looks like everything's slowing down in practice. Like, how does that affect you as a wide receiver, especially?
People underestimate when you press, like when a player press, and it doesn't matter in whatever sport. It could be soccer, it could be baseball, it could be golf track, but we're talking about football. When you press, eventually you're going to crack. Eventually you're going to slip from your game. So I'll give you an example. Amon-Ra said it's just about him. That means on first down, you got to be perfect. It means you got to beat the coverage. You got to know what the coverage is. You got to be in the right spot, be in the right window. Make sure you come back down to the ball so the quarterback can place the right throw. You got to make sure you give yourself some room so if he throws a bad ball, you can adjust to it. That's every single play. If I don't make this, if I don't do this, if I don't do that, you start to put that in your head. You start to put more pressure on yourself than you deserve. You start to take away from the film, the time, the work that you put in, and the guy that you know you are as a player. You put a lot of pressure on yourself, and you start to make mistakes. You start to get inside your own head. Now you're lining up on the wrong side of the ball. Now you think simple mistakes, dropping passes, not getting your depth because you're pressing, because you feel every play has to be a first down. Every time it's going deep, it's got to be a touchdown. You got guys on your team that can play, and you know that if I don't make a play, Santonio Holmes is going to make this play. If Santonio doesn't make it, LaDainian Tomlinson is going to make it. LaDainian's not going to make it. Sean Green's going to run for the first down. Dustin Keller, Brad Smith, etc. When I was playing for that Jets team, there's a lot of guys, a lot of ample time. So my job, my focus, do your job. My focus is on be where you're supposed to be, make it nice and easy.
Simplify.
If the play comes here, I know I'm going to make it. And if it doesn't, I know somebody else in that squad can make a play for me, so we're going to be good.
And it probably becomes less frustrating for you, too, when you know you're running the right route and you don't get the ball that play, but you know, hey, it's going to the right spot. I don't need to make this play right now. And, you know, how much easier is it for you as a wide receiver? Because, you know, obviously that's what you were in the NFL and Amon-Ra St. Brown is. But to what it does for a defense to have to account for a Laporta, a Gibbs, a J-Mo, a Braylon, you know, like how much pressure does that take off you as a number one?
Speaking from the receiver standpoint, sometimes I'm not open.
What? I have never heard a receiver say that in my life.
Yes, you heard that right.
What?
Don't adjust the volume. Don't adjust the volume. Sometimes I am not open. The guy on the opposite side, he gets paid money to stick. He gets paid money to do his job. Look, sometimes they play great coverage, and look, I'm not open. You can't force the ball to me. But when you're on those teams where you're the only option and you can't get open, now you're frustrated. They're forcing passes to you. Now you get frustrated. Now you start doing the little things, or you don't do the little things. Getting back to your comment about defensive coordinators, when they have to plan for a Laporta or a Jahmyr Gibbs, when you see guys like that, you're afraid because Jared Goff has confidence, and that's what it stems from. A defensive coordinator pays attention. Who does the quarterback trust? And when you got a quarterback that trusts more than two guys, that's when it starts to get scary. Oh, shoot, he trusts Laporta. Oh, shoot, he trusts Amon-Ra. Oh, my God. Now he trusts Jamison Williams. He trusts David Montgomery. So when you trust this many people, Brock Wright, and you keep going, Khalif Raymond, that's when a defensive coordinator, that's when his job gets scary because when the quarterback trusts a lot of players, there is no limit to where the pass can go.
Well, that's what Bill Belichick was famous for, right? I'm going to take away what you're best at. What are the Lions best at? They're pretty damn good at everything.
Drop back passing.
Yep, play action pass. Yeah. But, okay, you take away that. If you take away one thing, the Lions feel like they can go to another direction. And that's the cool thing I think they showed last year is they can beat you multiple ways. Mm-hmm. You need a strong run game? All right, we're going to beat you up that way because we got the offensive line to do it. You need us to score 41 points to beat you like they had to do to the Chargers? Yeah. All right, we're going to be a finesse team and throw for over 350 yards. So defensive coordinators got to be going nuts this year trying to guard the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. I mean, I've started to watch towards the end of the season teams and the schemes on defensive coordinator, the schemes and the games that they play with the inside and the interior, outside, the interior linemen and the rush ins. Start to play a lot of games on the opposite side of the ball. That's going to happen a lot this year because if you're scheming, you're looking. I don't want to go to Panay's suicide. I'm not trying to rush off that. I'm trying to be where they're most vulnerable at. Taylor Decker is a guy that had surgery this season. He's one of the older linemen on on the team. You'll start to see a lot of teams attacking their right side for the Detroit Lions. Outside of that, there's nothing that you can do based on what they did last year. We'll see. And the bad thing is for the other teams, Jahmyr Gibbs was just getting started at the end of last year, so you really don't know what their ultimate game plan is for how to use him coming up this season.
You brought up two names that actually referenced each other. Panay Sewell had this to say about Jahmyr Gibbs.
What ways have you seen maybe Jahmyr improve a little bit since his first year?
I think the knowledge, more mentally than physically, because I don't know if anyone knows it, but that guy's physically gifted. He's able to do a lot of things that not a lot of people can do, you know what I mean? So I think more mentally, everything between the ears, and the game's slowing down for him.
How long does it take for the game to slow down? Obviously, it's different for each player.
Yeah.
But first of all, let's preface this. How much faster is the game from college to pro?
Funniest thing is I'm watching this clip and I'm looking at Panay Sewell and he's talking about it'll slow down for him like he's this old guy. Panay Sewell just turned 23.
Yeah.
It's so funny listening to him. Like he's a young
vet.
buck himself. He's married now. He's been here 4 years.
Life come at you
how
fast.
time flies, but he's definitely. He said it last year. He wanted to become a leader on this team, and I think that's what you've seen him continue to take strides. But in terms of slowing down, the game is not necessarily faster and speed-wise. Guys are the same strength. Guys are the same speed. I mean, some of the older guys may be a little slower than these younger guys. But it's the knowledge that they possess. It's having seen it a bunch of times. It's knowing how to watch film, knowing what to look for. They're ahead mentally and visually, so they can be a step ahead. They don't have to be that fast. They don't have to move to that step. They already know where a play is going. So it takes time. The faster guys, they typically have systems in play where they're learning from good people. They're learning from good offensive coordinators. They're learning from veteran wide receivers or veteran quarterbacks. They're learning from good head coaches. Those guys tend to pick it up faster because they're around a better system. Sometimes if you don't have that, it takes longer for you to really figure it out.
How much more advanced are the systems in the NFL compared to college? Because, I mean,
at the end of the day, it's all passing. I mean, it's all the same language.
you got your route tree no matter what it is?
It's all the same. It's just
Okay.
different language, different lingo. Some coaches like to accentuate certain things. So you'll figure it out because it's like romance language. Like if you know how to speak Italian, you probably figure out Spanish. Spanish leads to French, et cetera, et cetera. So it's much like that. But you see the Sean McVays who create the Kevin O'Connells, who create, and then also the Ben Johnson.
Right.
These are the guys making these systems very easy for these guys. And one of the things about Jahmyr Gibbs I love, when a guy figures it out, the running back position, then he's not afraid to go up in there. He's not afraid to get the tough yards. And when you're not afraid to get the tough yards, it makes everything else easy. Early on, when they didn't know how to use Jahmyr, he was trying to take everything outside, kind of like Reggie Bush. When Reggie Bush first started, I need to get outside. He started getting comfortable. He started taking the pain up the middle, and it led to him being comfortable in whatever Ben was asking of him in that particular play.
Yeah, see, when I see young players doing that, what I think is they've been able to beat people on their athleticism their whole life. So that's what they're trying to do.
100%.
Right, I'm just going to beat you on athleticism to the edge constantly. And then you get to the NFL, and it's like, there's some pretty good athletes on that other side
They
of the
went to
ball,
the same
too.
school as you.
Yeah, right. And may have beat you a couple times, too.
Exactly.
And it's some dude that's 34, 31, been in the league scrapping and clawing for 9 years because he was an undrafted free agent. He didn't want to lose his job. So it's a little different. Those dudes are hungry, right?
Those are the guys that watch all the film. Those are the guys that could tell you where every position is. And look, I never was one of those guys. I could tell you what the wideouts did, but I didn't dive into protection. I didn't dive into running backs picking up blitzes. I didn't dive into, first through fourth read. And if that's my bad, then hey, so be it. Those guys that you're talking about, that claw, that scrap, that scrape, look at Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he didn't get drafted in the 7th, but he got drafted in the 4th. He knows the coverages, he knows the schemes, he knows the slide protections, he knows what Jared Goff is thinking, probably about the same time as Jared knows it. He can line Jameson up as well as Sam Laporta. Those are the guys you got to be scared because they're never going to stop working.
Dogs. Just dogs. Well, we got some punishments for a former University of Michigan coach I want to get your thoughts on coming up after this.
Also, we got a mascot draft.
A mascot?
Yeah.
We're doing a mascot draft, so we got the list of the top 65 mascots, college. I got your list for you right here.
I like
each
it.
Each team, we go around. Each guy picks like a draft, and we'll see what the fans like, which team the fans like the most.
All right.
Rock, paper, scissors for who goes first.
All right, we'll do that coming up next right here on Ermanni and Edwards. What do we got now, Pete?
Sounds like it's time for BGCSM. Join the best youth football league in Metro Detroit. The Boys and Girls Club Southeastern Michigan 3C Sports League offers youth age 5 to 14 with 6 exciting teams to choose from: Detroit, Belleville, Highland Park, and East Point. Ermanni is from East Point. All coaches are trained, certified, and undergo background checks, so you can be sure your child will be okay. Register for football or cheer at bgcsm.org. Or time to get in shape, ladies and gentlemen, because your fitness is essential, and that's what Planet Fitness knows. It is the fitness that fits into your budget. Over 50 locations in metropolitan Detroit. They are everywhere, so you have no excuse. There is no judgment. The gyms are squeaky clean. This is the place you want to be. Come down to Planet Fitness because your fitness is.
Thank you to the Detroit Lions and Sheila Ham for the best season in Lions history. Now it's time to let Brad Holmes cook. Woodward Sports.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola, really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets?
Nobody! A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
The Ally Challenge presented by McLaren is back August 22nd through 25th at Warwick Hills and Grand Blanc. Be there for PGA Tour Champions Golf, Family Night, concerts, and more. Tickets start at just $15. Get yours at allychallenge.com today.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
You smell that? That's Brad Holmes cooking. And the off-season smells good. Woodward Sports.
Dreaming of a new home but feeling the financial pinch? Mark White and Associates, your trusted real estate experts, are here to help. Mark White and his team will pay up to $5,000 of your closing costs. That's right, I said $5,000. Call Mark White and Associates today, 248-290-8242, or visit them at markwhitesells.com. Again, call Mark White today, 248-290-8242, and make your dreams come true. Over to Stick.
And if you want to make your haircut dreams come true, there's no other place to go than Lady Jane's. Not only is it wicked awesome, you can walk in anytime and get that precision haircut. I got mine before my wedding, and I'm very pleased with what Bethany did. Bethany made me look fabulous for that wedding. So you want to look amazing, go to Lady Jane's, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome. All right, welcome back to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Stick, filling in for Ryan Ermanni today. He will be back tomorrow. We full strength tomorrow. Oh, no, Maz is off all week, isn't he?
He is. This is his last hurrah before football season starts.
This is when we got to get it in, man.
Yeah,
I mean, we're a month away from actual real games.
Yeah.
Less than a month.
Yeah.
We're 24 hours, a little more than 24 hours away from Lions football.
Preseason game.
The most anticipated year in Lions football history. Preseason. I don't care if it's preseason.
Yeah.
I want to see what's going on. Yeah. I want to see what our backups look like. I want to see what Bates looks like.
Right.
You know, get them in a pressure situation.
Trying to see what
I want to see what Hendon Hooker looks like. Right.
What the Hooker's doing, man.
And listen,
what did you say? Go down to Woodward to 6 Mile.
Right.
You don't want to.
Ain't no pause on that.
Ain't no pause on
that.
Mr. Don't Go.
Over there by the Voo.
Don't Go.
You don't know what you gonna get.
Oh man.
Yeah, especially today's climate, man.
Yeah, no, it's a spin the wheel.
No,
it's a
for
spin the
real.
wheel. You go down there.
6 and Woodward.
It's a mixed bag.
Take it all the way downtown. Take it all the way down.
You all right over there, Pete?
This is great. I love it.
Take it all the way.
Back when I went to University of Detroit, obviously it's at 6 Mile, Illinois.
Yeah.
I went to Jesus across the street.
Man, it was one of our things on Friday nights. We go hunting.
Yeah. Wow. Over there in front of the Cody.
Oh, right there at 6 Mile and Woodward.
Wow. In front of the
Goodness.
Nicky D's.
Yes.
Wrong type
But
of
I was
chili
there. It was
cheese
like
dog.
a busted ass cheesesteak place there.
Right.
It was before the Voo was there. Oof. We used to go to
I know
the Black Orchid
yes.
right across the street.
Oh, Livernois.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
We'll have that conversation
Yeah,
another day. Hendon Hooker, thank you for providing that
There we go.
conversation here. We
Double
may
H.
see him get some action tomorrow. But I want to talk to you about this. Chat's going nuts about it. Every Michigan State little brother fan that I've ever seen is going nuts about it. And to me, I don't have a dog in the fight. I always preface this. I had a crush on my third grade teacher who went to Michigan. I had the best time of my life at Michigan State when I was in college. So I have an affinity towards both. I love them both. I like when both are winning. But the way Michigan State fans are acting right now about this whole Michigan scandal is total little brother energy. It's like when your little brother wants to go tattle on you. Oh, my God, he did this. He did this. He did. Take his toy. Take his toy. That's all I'm getting. Because, like I said, I root for everybody. Michigan won the Natty, baby. I root for Michigan to win the Natty. Well, the NCAA has come down on Jim Harbaugh, suspending him for 4 years from the NCAA, which he left for a longer contract than 4 years. So, really, Braylon, this is like me suspending you in grade school. I'm sorry, you will no longer get to go on recess. You must now stand on the wall when you go to grade school. Does that affect your life any? Is this the most dumb thing you've ever heard of in the history of punishment?
Oh, shucks. I'm so sorry. I can no longer attend Academy of Detroit, which is where I went to grade school. Academy of Detroit. Yeah, that was it's 35 years ago. Years ago.
Sorry, you can't go on recess anymore, Braylon.
We talked about this yesterday, and it's at the point where there's a lot of Michigan State fans want to keep bringing it up, and I understand why they do. You know, look, Michigan State has had a long history of things that we've pointed out, all types of illegalities and things that have gone wrong in their football program, and every time something happens, Michigan fans, we crack jokes, we bring it up, we point it out. So this is what you're supposed to. 100%. So I have a problem with that. It's over. Like, this situation is over. It was announced over last year when the NCAA said they didn't have any findings where they could cancel Michigan's season, rule them out of the Final Four, not allow them to make the playoffs, blah, blah, blah. They then left it up to the Big Ten and Tony Petitti, who suspended Jim Harbaugh for 3 games. That was the most that they could do. These aren't new findings. These aren't new situations to where it can potentially cost us the national championship. It can potentially cost us the games over the last 3 years. The NCAA has already said this. It's just the NCAA keeping Michigan at the forefront because they no longer have power to suspend somebody who's no longer caring about that level. Jim Harbaugh's moved on from NCAA, but yet you suspend him for 4 years. This is just like calling somebody back just so you can hang up and say, no, I hung up.
No, I quit.
No, I
quit, so you can't
fire
me.
You can't quit because I quit.
Right.
That's what this is. Sharon, at most, this is my honest, non-biased, humble opinion. At most, the NCAA could try to find a way to weasel a 1-game suspension from Sharon Moore. I don't think any more, any less. I don't think any more could happen. Situation's over. Move on.
Yeah, and, once again, going back to, I really never had a dog in this fight. Like when Michigan State was going to the college football playoffs, I thought it was amazing. The fumble with the snap, I thought was an amazing moment in that rivalry. Like, Michigan was on the come up.
You see, Harbaugh still can't talk about that play.
Michigan was on the come up. You could feel it, but State wasn't ready to give away the crown yet, and they took it back. Like, that's what rivalries are. That's why I love sports, because when I don't have any affiliation, I just want to see good football. But last year, I found myself becoming a Michigan fan because of all the crap that those kids were dealing with over nothing. Like, stealing signs to me is nothing. It will never be something to me. I don't care if Ohio State did it, which I hate with all my life. I don't care if the White Sox did it, which I hate. I don't care if the Bears did it, which I hate. Like, when I was 12 years old playing travel baseball, we would try to steal signs of the opposing coach, like, oh, we know once he touches his belt, the next sign's the indicator, so we could tell the bunt's coming. Like, you would try to steal the catcher signs. Like, it's part of sport. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Yeah.
And the fact that it turned into what it did for Michigan, I don't care if they put a guy in a chicken costume on a sideline. Fact of the matter is, information helps. Yeah. If you have better ways to get the information, tip of the cap for you. Sorry the other guys weren't trying as hard.
And that's what it ultimately comes down is Michigan found, I guess, and this is what the people that snitched, the people that told, whether it's Ohio State, whether it's Greg Schiano and Rutgers, whether it's insert player here, coach here and program here, they were mad that Michigan found a way to do it better. And so now they had to hate. And the problem why the NCAA and everybody else can't, the powers that be, do what people really wanted maybe to Michigan or what they thought was fair, although I disagree, is because they know about a lot of people. They know about a lot of institutions. Some of those institutions told on themselves and saying how they knew Michigan was cheating. Hell, Ohio State's the brother of Ryan Day's firm is the ones that was investigating the situation. And they're the one that sent the spies and know about Connor Stallion. Like, how messed up is that? I know I'm cheating, but I'm cheating to make sure I can see that you're cheating and put that out there. So it's fun when you look at it. Like Michigan,
it's part of it's the game within the game, right? That's why these idiots stand on there on the sideline with
fake
5 different things. One's a wave, one's Bill Clinton, one is a coffee cup.
Meanwhile,
and like that's why they do it. That's why you have to cover your mouth, right? Because people are stealing
one.
your words. Like, what are we doing?
Get over it. At the end of the day, look, the only way for this to have played out the way in which Michigan State and a lot of people around the country, because let's be honest, a lot of people don't like Michigan, a lot of people didn't like Jim Harbaugh. The only way it could have played out that way is if after they suspended Jim Harbaugh, Michigan would have got, or once the thing came out with the signs, we know this is going on, protect your signs, hide your kids, hide your wife. If Michigan would have got smacked by Penn State, smacked by Ohio State, didn't make it to the Big Ten championship, vice versa, then you can look inward and say, you know what? They really got a lot of help out of that situation. You know what? I think if we suspend them now, I think if we do this, blah, 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 it would have taken care of itself and they would have been able to do it. But the fact that didn't happen, the fact that they got stronger and stronger and stronger, you realize, we got to take this one on the chin because this team is that good. They are the deal. They went the route. They got it done. It is what it is.
I love this comment. Bro, if you know it's a pass or a run, that's a big advantage. I never cheated. It's called good sportsmanship. And let's live in your fantasy world for a little bit, okay? So let's play this game where nobody's ever paying attention to the other sideline. Why doesn't the other coach then just shout out the play? If everybody's going to go like this and be honorable humans, like you're living in such a fake fantasy world where you don't think people are trying to get a competitive advantage. And because they were smart enough and smarter than you, now you're offended? I'm sorry. We don't live in a world where a coach can stand on the sideline and go, 21 trap, and the defense is just going to be like, we didn't hear it and pretend.
Also, we live in a world where it's 2024. Last year was 23. Plays are 70% pass and 30% running. And it's a great chance you know that it's going to be a pass in today's damn game. And you happen to coach in the Big Ten. A lot of run. So I don't give me if you know it's a pass or a run. When you watch film, you know what a team does. You know what a team does on first down. You know what a team does on second down. You know what a team does on third down. You know what they do when they're coming out from the 20-yard line going to the 40. You know what they do when they're in the fringe. You know what they do in the red zone. You watch film to know those things. I don't need to know if it's a run or pass if I've done my homework. I know what it's going to be because I know this team. I've done homework.
Go watch any 8-year-old good baseball team, and the catcher is going to be doing different signs when there's a runner on second base. You know why? Because 8-year-olds are trying to steal signs. This is like, so grow up. You've never played a sport if you're mad about this.
I was going to say, I was taught signs in Little League. I was totally learned about them. It's just like, come on, man. That's part of the game.
But these guys think everybody's honorable, Pete.
No.
The coach could just yell out bunt, and you'll put your fingers in your ears and pretend it didn't happen.
You said exactly what I said yesterday to these guys. And it's just like, if you don't think that there's something suspicious going on, that people are calling other coaches and trying to figure stuff out, the best person to ask is Bray. I mean, you were, and not saying, you played football. You know how you want to get an advantage. I mean, wouldn't you want to have the best advantage that you can over a defensive back?
100%. Look, an advantage is an advantage. So, that's what it is. An advantage is an advantage. That's the world we live in. If you tell me something about Jim Harbaugh, Connor Stallions came up with this elaborate scheme or whatever they were doing, where they were stealing playbooks, where they were stealing teams' playbooks, team names. Now I go into a game and the defense knows what the offensive play calls are, what plays are, what the individuals are doing. That's something totally different. Now I'm sitting out here like, that's the exact implications of what's going to happen on that situation.
Right.
But you're talking about get the out of here.
I just love the teams that are like, you know what? I'll tell you my play. I'm still going to run it and be successful because we're going to execute it better than you can defend it. Yeah. Go ahead. Now cheating's gone.
Right.
None of the major schools had problems or had a big thing to say about what Michigan was doing. It was only the smaller schools like Michigan State.
Yeah.
Then Greg Schiano at Rutgers. And then Matt Rule wanted to chime in from Nebraska. The big dogs didn't have anything to say, with the exception of the team that can't beat Michigan all of a sudden. You're Ohio State.
Yeah.
So, Braylon, clearly you're a Michigan man. Do you have anything to say to the fan base that, that's having a hard time coming to grips, with everything coming out and, that may, say, oh, the Counter Stallions thing didn't exist? Do you have anything to say to that section of the fan base?
No, they definitely didn't know it existed. Yeah, it existed. It was a real deal. Whether Jim knew about it, whether the big dogs knew about it, that's above my pay grade. I don't know and I don't care. Was it illegal? 100% what Counter Stallion was doing. Him being on the sideline, reporting, getting information on Michigan State, 100% that was illegal.
Yeah.
Michigan is no longer the fine-tooth comb when you look at it. Oh,
right.
my God, this is prestige with no question marks. They don't have any scandal. They don't have this. They don't have that. No, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you Michigan has things too. But are they such a thing to where you look at it and you're like, nah, this is an institution where I want my kid to go to. This is where I want to represent. I'm ashamed to wear maize and blue. That is by far not what's going on in Ann Arbor. This needs to be the last of it.
Yeah.
I will say as a proud alum, there were too many things starting to stack up in Ann Arbor. It was how you handled the Mike Moore situation or the tunnel situation or the
Matt Weiss.
The coach with the hard drive. The coach with the hard drive, and they didn't know it was on a hard drive. It was a lot of things that were going on. Get it back to pristine. Get it back to focusing on football. We should be answering questions all season long over the last 2 years about nonsense off the field.
And be okay being the villain.
Michigan
100%.
has scandals, but you know what else Michigan has?
Championships.
I'll take the scandals.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take the scandals all day.
Same thing happened with Kansas.
Scandals and banners.
Same thing happened with Kansas Jayhawks. It was in basketball 2 years ago. Like they got 3 Class 1 sanctions on recruiting violations and things and recruiting and things that they were doing. Man, they looked at it and said, hey, y'all all right, national champs.
Look what Calipari was doing at Kentucky when they were winning national.
Rick Pitino.
And you know what I remember? The national championship. Right. I don't remember the scandal.
Yeah.
Because you know what? You still have to go out there on the court, field, step between the lines. No matter what. No matter what.
Yeah.
So, Michigan, Jim Harbaugh suspended. College football, I don't know what you're going to do.
There's no storylines now. All they can talk about is college football playoff 12 now.
He's never going to be able to come back for 4 years.
Is he going to be denied to recruit in the NFL? No recruiting?
Right. Do you think it's a chance Sharon Moore might get suspended in any of this?
Because it was saying he texted.
He was involved in text messages.
Well, problem is the text they already have. They've already seen the text. There was something damning on the text, and they would have said it last year when he saw it. They would have said it right when it happened. There's nothing on those texts, and those texts are privy to the court, which means they'll be privy to us. So it's nothing on those texts that's going to make you say, oh, my God, he did this, or this is why he deleted it. Probably it's a personal business. Who knows? But I don't think anything more than one game. And if they do one game, it won't be the NCAA. It'll be Michigan.
Yeah.
It'll be Michigan doing the same thing they did last year at the beginning of the season. Here's a game. Don't coach this game to appease the masses.
Yeah, exactly. Leave
and
us
they're
alone.
going about your business. It's ladies and gentlemen, Michigan are the national champs. It's over. They won in 2023. They're the reigning defending national champs. That trophy is proudly posted in Schemberger Hall. It's not going anywhere. So just get over it. I think that's what people are mostly hoping is that you continue the static. The static goes from static to noise. It goes from noise to crowd noise. And now you got enough crowd noise to where maybe we can get that natty back. Maybe they have to fork over those wins. Nah, most winning school in NCAA history. Deal with it.
And with that, we're going to go to break.
Where
we got, Pete?
I love it.
100%.
Where's your roadmap there? We got
the mascot draft.
You are up there, Kenny G.
Oh, I
Dr.
am.
Pierce, my friend.
Hey, Dr. Pierce, man, the good doc, man, the Dr. D-Mac Trust. And I don't got that read, but I know he comes on every day, Tuesday and Thursday. Tuesday on Big D Energy and Thursdays on Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. He's got all the inside injury info that you need. And go to the doctor that Braylon and D-Mac Trust. That's Dr. Jeff Pierce.
Keep going, my friend.
All right. Now, I do have that one. Premier Pet. Because, of course, you want to give your pet the best. And as, my good friend over there is making the pet noises, Premier Pet Supply is hands down Michigan's best pet store. Same prices and all the conveniences of the online and big box retailers with one major difference. Family and locally owned and operated for 30 plus years. Over 60 brands of food with nutrition experts to help you. Same day and local curbside and home delivery. Premier Pet Supply, give your pet the best, or go to premierpetsupply.com.
The countdown to kickoff is here. Your Detroit Lions are ready for another season of grit. Woodward Sports is your #1 destination for all breaking news and Lions coverage. We are Detroit's #1 sports network. We are Woodward Sports.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola? Really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody!
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
Yo, let me just say, I love Planet Fitness.
Trying out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Listen, the PF Black Card is worth every penny for this hydro massage. I'm a new man.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home? Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
All the benefits, all for less. Planet Fitness, big fitness energy for all.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
The Ally Challenge presented by McLaren is back August 22nd through 25th at Warwick Hills and Grand Blanc. Be there for PGA Tour Champions Golf, Family Night, concerts, and more. Tickets start at just $15. Get yours at allychallenge.com today.
Hey, Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
You smell that? That's Brad Holmes cooking. And the off-season smells good. Woodward Sports.
Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza is taking over Michigan. I agree with you, Stick. Known for their quality hand-breaded chicken tenders, sandwiches, and New York-style pizza. Also, fresh salads and fresh sides. That's the original Soroki's, but they also have the Nashville Hot for a limited time. The pizza, the tenders, the fries, and the chicken sandwich. I gotta warn you, it is spicy. Come enjoy the delicious heat. Don't forget about the honey biscuits. They are fun.
Oh, man. Wanted fried chicken. Stopped at Soroki's on the way
Dude,
home last
no
night
man.
from up north. Woo!
Ooh.
Woo!
Ooh.
So good. So good.
How many pieces did you
We got the meal. We got the 10-piece.
Okay.
I ate about four. About four. Proud to say that. And then I ate about 47 biscuits.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Les Stanford. You know what happens when you run a great business for 50 years? You expand. You keep going because that's what the people deserve. You want to know people who will never cheat you? Les Stanford. They will give you the absolute best deal on any make and model that they have. We're talking Chevy, Cadillac, Buick, and GMC. Les Stanford Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
right.
Welcome back to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. My name is Stick, filling in for Ryan Ermanni today. He will be back tomorrow. We're going to talk some more Lions coming up. We got some more Michigan talk coming up. Preseason. I mean, oof, good God. What 7 o'clock tomorrow, so we're 28 hours away.
What do you most look at? Obviously, it's preseason one. Lions, we know preseason guys don't play. Starters don't really play anymore like that. Dan Campbell already said Jared Goff's not playing. Most of the starters aren't. What are you looking forward to? Like, you're going to watch tomorrow. You're excited, but what are you looking for tomorrow? Preseason one Lions.
I mean, I don't care. I'm looking forward to the guys running out of the tunnel.
Okay,
I'm
that's
looking
fair.
forward to seeing the Honolulu Blue. I'm looking forward to hearing some cracks. I'm looking forward to, pinpointing a couple guys that I want to see. Like, I'm really excited to see what Hendon Hooker can do,
Yeah.
even though I'm a Jared Goff guy through and through. Defender since day one. Easy, suck it. But like, I'm excited to see what Hendon Hooker can do because, to me, I don't even want to bring it up. The only thing that could trip this team up this year is a untimely injury. So I want to know we're insulated at every position we need to be insulated in. Curious to see how a couple of the rookies, Vildor as well, not Vildor, Baki. I'm interested to see what he does on the field if he's playing tomorrow. I'm really just curious to see how the team's coming together, man. Like, the whole defense is rebuilt. We're probably not going to see a ton of defensive starters, but we may see some of the rookies get out there and get some run.
Yeah.
So, just everything. I'm excited to see Dan Campbell on the sideline. I'm excited to see Ben Johnson. I'm excited to tune into a broadcast.
You excited to see Lions?
I've waited my whole life for an off season. I've waited my whole life for last season.
Yeah.
And then I never knew what an off season like this would be like going into a Super Bowl expectation season, bar none. Even when they did it back in 91, 92, whatever, they got their
still didn't feel the same.
It didn't. It was like, oh man, they got trounced by Washington. They're never going to be back again.
Yeah.
Last year felt like, oh man, we missed an opportunity. Are they going to climb that mountain again? Are they going to get there? Like, just I can't get enough. I can't get enough. I love this. I've waited my whole life for this. And post game shows this year, if you go back to the first years of Woodward Sports when the Lions are 3-13-1. Or, when Corey Woods is our beat reporter and the Lions haven't won in 47 weeks and he's going to an empty Ford Field in the middle of COVID to watch Tom Brady beat us by 47 points. Like, just the climb to get here to have a relevant, real team. The only thing that scares me is them breaking my heart. I'm all in, as you can see. And that's what the Lions have done to me my whole life. But I've never bought in like this ever in my life. So, yeah, to answer your question, everything. The socks, the shoes, the smells, like everything. The Aiden Hutchinson being on the sideline with eye black. I don't care. Everything.
Yeah. But I mean, like, this energy right here, this is why players play at the level they do. Like, you have fans that support like that. Like, we know. Like, players are not naive and dumb.
You telling me I make a difference, Braylon?
You do.
Don't tell him that. Oh,
that's passion right there, man. That goes a long way. That is the difference between what some cities do and other cities do. So appreciate that, brother.
Yeah.
Even though I ain't played with the Lions, I still appreciate it from the NFL fan point.
Oh man, yeah. I root. I mean, the amount of respect I have for athletes. I've talked about this before on this network. I come from a radio background, right? I worked for Channel 955 here in the city, 93.1 here in the city, JLB here in the city, and I was able to meet every artist under the sun. You name them, I've met them. Didn't give a damn. When I come across Kirk Gibson walking down here in Birmingham, I get butterflies. I get nervous. Like, I don't know what to say to him. I don't want to be an idiot. But I respect professional athletes so much because, A, I wanted to be one, and I couldn't make it. So I understand. And B, I'm a grown man watching these guys and the abuse they put their bodies through. I even gained more respect for them as opposed to just looking at them as heroes.
Yeah.
I get to meet them as real men and understand that these guys, what they sacrifice for the money, they're paid. Let's not kid ourselves. But I don't care how much you're paid. To get up out of bed knowing you're going to be hurt every single day, to put your body through that knowing that in 10 years my brain may not work right, my chest may not, I just have ultimate respect for these athletes, especially football players, because I look at them as our modern-day gladiators.
Appreciate that.
Yep.
With that, get on to this mascot.
Yeah, now for some fun stuff.
Yeah.
So we thought we'd come up with something fun. So we're going to do the college mascots, football, basketball. At the end of the day, as you see on the board, it is those mascots that represent those higher learning education institutions. Stick, I figure you and I rock, paper, scissors for who goes first, and then we'll just fall in line from that. If I go first, then Pete goes second.
Okay.
You go first.
Are we doing a draft?
We're doing a draft.
All right.
We're doing a draft.
Oh.
So rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
All right.
All right, cool.
Oh, first pick in the draft.
You go first.
Goes to Stick.
First pick in the draft.
Let me get the draft sounder up.
It's gonna be
You got
a surprise pick.
It's a surprise pick
Because it's ranked 33 on this page.
Yeah. Oh
whoever you guys pay attention to the draft, and you guys decide who had the best draft, the best squad, the strongest 5. Ladies and gentlemen, we got.
All right.
So there's 2 that I want to go with. One I don't even see on this list. The other one,
I got one I don't see.
the other one I got to take because it's one of my favorite mascots. Always been one of my favorite mascots. When I see it react to a missed field goal, slamming its head up against the goal post, or a missed free throw, like putting its hands on the Stanford tree.
You're going.
I love the Stanford tree.
Going with that's a strong. That's a
the dumbest mascot I've ever. It's just a tree walking around, but I love to watch that thing do stuff.
Oh my god! The Stanford tree off the board.
Yep. Sorry, guys.
It's
sleeper pick. That is the Darko pick of the draft.
I disagree. It shouldn't be 33. It should be a lot higher.
Exactly.
With the second pick in the 2024 mascot draft, the Braylon Edwardses select Sparty. That's right. I went with Sparty out the gate. How is that? How is that for a plot twist?
Thanks for watching.
Braylon Edwards shows Sparty. I may not like the Michigan State Spartans, but I cannot hate on the mascot. Sparty is a cold mascot, and the fact that he's on my squad, I just pissed Michigan State people off even more. That's what I'm here for.
That's wild.
The second pick in the draft, I'm taking Sparty.
You taking him over the Wolverine?
I took Sparty. Well, technically, we don't have a mascot.
I was about to say, don't even have a mascot.
So these are only teams that have mascots.
Okay.
So yeah, Michigan.
Why doesn't Michigan have a mascot?
This is Wolverine,
makes no
and like
sense.
they had one back in the day. It was out there eating people.
Wisconsin has a badger.
Badger's cold. The Badger's cold. I don't know. Michigan is.
Hey, listen, Sparty's
You getting
How you gonna boo the pick?
You getting booed, man.
Why you booing the pick?
That is crazy. Why you think?
You said what?
I said, why do you think you getting booed?
I'm taking it so they can't have it.
I
okay?
guess.
So
man.
they can't. I'm taking it so they can't have it. Look, Joe was all excited. I was gonna take Sparty #1.
Bro, but look, the thing is now you representing Sparty, so it's like.
But I like
hey,
the mascot. If we're
that's
going
what I'm saying. Hey, I can't. I'm not mad at that. Then
technically, the
John
mascot's
effing Lord
representing
in the chat. Edwards has chosen violence.
Yeah, man. This is
But
wild.
you do realize I could take the mascot. And cover
This is the Zach Wilson pick of the mascot. I'm just saying, man.
How's it a Zach Wilson pick? Like this is a vetted mascot.
No, it's a great mascot. You
Sparty
should
will.
be picking it.
Sparty will go at your mom. Don't get it twisted.
No, if I would have took Brutus the Buckeye, then we got a problem.
Yeah, I would, yeah.
If I take Brutus the Buckeye, there's an issue.
I feel
there's smoke in the city.
I don't even like you saying the name, to be honest.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is more of a joke, but I do rock with Sparty. I mean, hey, it is what
It's a good mascot.
boy swole.
You just can't be picking that, man. But go ahead.
All
Let's
right,
continue.
Pete. Seniority. You're up #3, sir.
Well, I don't have a list in front of me.
Oh, we
but,
know who he
I do have the graphics here, though. But,
I know who
so
he picked.
let us go. I'm gonna, guys. I love dogs. I just,
You better not be taking them.
Oh, I thought you was going Bowling Green.
Dogs, that'll eventually be coming. Dogs are just the greatest thing in the entire world. Let's go over to Tennessee, baby. Give me Smokey.
Yeah,
Give me
Smokey.
Smokey.
You can have
taking
Smokey.
Smokey off the board
I'm not mad
early.
at that.
I want Smokey on my side because dogs are man's best friend. Let's do it up. Give me Smokey, baby.
All right.
I'm not
Joe,
mad at
it's
that
on
at all.
you. No Sparty on the board there, buddy.
I already had it locked and loaded before Sparty.
Oh,
I wasn't
okay.
even gonna play. I'm taking the Oregon Duck.
I knew you were gonna take the Oregon. I was trying to get back
Ducks
around.
quality.
I was trying to get back around to get the
I was
Ducks.
gonna say I don't even got to give an explanation for
All right,
that.
That's a
like
good pick, man.
KG, first round pick for you, sir.
Mine is not on the list, and mine is technically not a mascot. But with the next pick in the
People always
mascot
want to
draft,
change the game up. People always want to add their own spin.
Hey, you can't be. You pick Sparty. You can't say nothing to me.
Let's
right
hear.
now.
What is it? What is it?
It is Osceola and Renegade, the Florida State technical mascot.
That is a mascot.
Well,
That counts.
Oh, you're talking.
Yes, I
Yes.
put it on there. See, you see, I got
I
it
didn't
on
see
there.
it on the list on this list, but yeah,
I got
that
you
is my
covered,
mascot.
dude.
That intro is one of the coldest intros in college football. Period.
100%. That's quality. Right
Yeah,
there.
like come on.
It's not politically
Strong
correct,
first
but it's a
pick.
quality quality pick. All right, Stick. Round 2 for you, sir.
Round 2, and I feel like I'm getting value with this pick because once again, he isn't even ranked in the top 65 on this list. I gotta go with Uga.
Oh,
The bulldog, the real bulldog.
I wanted
just
this
ruined
pick.
my whole draft.
I
Really?
really this pick. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Gotta do your
That's
research.
tough.
I mean, when Uga went toe to toe with that Longhorn, do you remember that?
Yeah.
I was gonna go.
Uga ain't scared.
That's tough.
Uga's a real dog.
I like Uga.
Oh,
I like Uga. It's a good pick.
That's
I
solid.
like Uga.
That's a good one. All right, here we go. Second pick, second round. There we go. I was waiting for
Uga threw everybody off.
All right. Give me the Miami Hurricane. There we go.
That was
Give me
my
the
next
Miami
pick.
Hurricane
Yeah.
right there, baby.
That was my next pick.
Dude,
Sebastian.
classic.
Sebastian Ibis. I was deciding between that and another school, just in case you guys don't pick it.
Classic.
Oh, you bastard.
Pete, who you got?
All right, well, second round pick. I got to do it off the board, boys and girls. I really don't give a flying hoop, but we're going to go with Freddie Falcon. That's Freddie
there it
next
is.
to him, but
But
we're going
BTS
to
is green.
go with
I
Freddie.
respect it.
Freddie Falcon and Freddie and Frida, number 2 pick for me.
I respect that, sir.
Thank you, my friend.
All right, it's on you there, Joe J. Green.
I'm gonna have to go with. It's two that I'm choosing between. I think I'm safe with one, so I'm gonna wait till the next round to pick that one.
Okay.
I'll go Big Al.
Big Al?
Ooh.
Big
Big Al out of Alabama.
Big Al.
I thought they were an elephant.
No, it is. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
what it is.
That's
It got the nice
okay.
trunk and
Do
everything.
they actually have an elephant on the sidelines?
They do. It has
Yeah.
a great snout.
Yeah.
Not
Oh,
a real
like,
life
okay,
elephant.
a
but
guy-
American,
Hell
yeah.
no. Circus elephant?
I mean, we got Uga, we got Longhorns, I got buffaloes.
They want-
I've seen live buffaloes. This
I don't even
dude's
think that would
riding
be
a horse as
possible.
a
Pete-
Pete is outside of every game. Pete ain't going for it too much longer.
No, he not,
Pete
man.
not going for it too much longer.
Well, with the next pick in the mascot draft, I'm going with a timeless classic. Mike the Tiger.
Okay.
LSU in the building. What's up?
Okay.
I got you, Kenny G. Here
Thank
you go,
you, man.
buddy. There
Thank
he
you.
is.
A strong pick.
Any tiger is tough, especially one that represents national championships. So you know,
Damn right.
That's quality on the board right there.
Good 2 first picks for me, man.
I feel like I am getting straight up value here. My picks are like, I mean, this one's ranked 47 on this list, but this is one I'd like to at least go have a drink with, do some push-ups after the touchdown.
He drinks.
Oh yeah, he fights. This is true. The leprechaun, the
Oh.
fighting Irish baby, and it's a real dude. So I got a real dude, I got a real dog, and I got a treat. We are rolling deep.
Oh, baby.
I'm gonna tell you like this: only one rival per squad. I can't put 2 rivals per squad.
Can you imagine rolling up with the leprechaun and
Sparty?
Sparty?
Yeah. Guess
Oh
what?
my
Now
God.
Michigan they disown me. Now they disown me.
Give me that leprechaun.
All right. We're getting good. I got Sparty. Got Sebastian. Take it to the state of Oklahoma and let me get a man by the name of Pistol Pete. Oklahoma Cowboys, baby. Give me Pistol Pete. He's got the guns, he's got the beard, he's got shallow, he's got the hat, and you know the man can scrap. Give me Pistol Pete, Oklahoma State.
I love you, Braylon.
I got you covered, buddy.
You are the man.
Okay, State. I'm a man.
You are the man.
I'm 41. In the words of Oklahoma.
You are the man.
Mike Gundy.
Okay, now I'm going to go again back off the board, but I think once again a very, very solid pick, if you don't mind me patting myself on the back for this one. We're going to go back to Bowling Green, but not the Bowling Green that you seem to think. Big Red for number 3.
West
Kentucky. Give me
Big
Red from Bowling Green, Kentucky, Western Kentucky. Give me Big Red. I love
Big Red.
Yeah, oh yeah, Big Red's my boy, dude.
Big Red is quality. They got a quality helmet too with Big Red. The black with the Google face mask, Google eyes.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fire right there. Okay, I see you, Pete.
Thank you, my
Digging
friend.
Deep now. What's got going on for round 3 there?
I'm gonna have to go with a classic, man. They back. Hook 'em. Give me Bevo. Give me Longhorn.
I got you, dude.
Bevo, not bad.
What your call? Yeah,
Shout out to the guys in the back putting the graphics together.
Yeah, definitely. Appreciate it.
I didn't do all we didn't do all the mascots, but I figured some were gonna get called, and those ones we chose. There's some great graphics.
Uga went toe to toe with Bevo once.
100%.
If
They
you
know
can
they
find
split
that
them up. They
clip,
split
I'll
them
have
up.
to find the clip.
Uga went right out and like jumped off the leash at him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
If
right.
Uga
I
gets
remember the
somebody
other.
that
Yep,
ain't-
I'll find it.
It's gonna be a problem. Get them on the ground.
With
Get
the
to
next pick in the mascot draft. I got a 2-for-1 special. Boomer and Sooner of Oklahoma University.
You followed me to the best state of Oklahoma.
Yes.
Boomer, so, dude, you guys, this is a Red River Shootout right there.
It is, yeah.
Between you two.
Yeah.
It's a timeless classic right there. Big 12, the original Big 6 back in the day.
All right, I'm going to make this pick.
Fourth round, man. What you got?
Fourth round.
I don't think anybody's really going to like this pick.
Oh, God.
But, you know, when you're rolling along with the homies, you got to have the dude that's kind of like the clown of the group.
Oh, okay.
You can kind of pick on him. Okay. You know, like every group has that guy. I'm going to take Brutus the Buckeye so we can clown him.
All right.
I'm going to take him. This guy.
Try to spin
Yeah,
it.
Wait till you see this image. There you go. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, come on, Brutus. Come on. We'll make fun of him because he's from Ohio. He's probably inbred. There's a lot of things going on that we can do with
Well,
Brutus.
now when you put it that way,
Right. You want the boy you can crack on. We all got the guy.
You can bring the squad around. I crack jokes.
Yeah,
But I'm
yeah,
not gonna have him on my
like that's the
squad.
one guy. Like we're allowed to pick on him, but nobody else is type. You know?
Okay.
I guess.
That's our guy.
He's an inbred nut.
He's an inbred nut. I mean, the definition of a Buckeye is a hairless nut.
Oh, my
God. And
He's
also
an
the definition of a
inbred
Buckeye
nut.
is someone that was too poor to make it to Michigan.
That is so wild.
We cutting deep today.
I'm just going by what Webster says.
This is true.
This is what the dictionary
Or
says.
Merriam, you know, Merriam.
Yeah, Merriam-Webster.
Old Merriam be talking about something. All right, here we go. Round 4. Be Easy's on the clock. You know what? We gotta have some fun because I got Sebastian. He always look like he's angry. The cowboy.
Yeah.
I know you want to shoot people. Spartan. He's always in the Coliseum. We got some angry people. So
Yeah.
how about we get Cosmo the Cougar
Ooh.
from BYU? Give us one of those dance
BYU
routines. You know what I'm saying? Ease the stress around. So
I have never had a bad time around a cougar.
Appreciate that. Big facts. You saw the double meaning there.
All right, big
Cosmo
facts.
the Cougar will be my 4th round pick. Those dance routines they do out there, they make him win games. But they get crunk, as they say it happens.
They do.
Give me Cosmo the Cougar.
Well, since I got an odd group going, let's continue with the odd group. I think I might actually win this draft with this pick. So number 4, I've already gone with Big Red. Let's go with the Big Orange. Let's go with Sherry.
That's a good one.
I'm telling you, man, I got a heck of a group going over here,
I was
baby.
debating on getting out
I got a dog, I got a falcon, and I got a red and an orange blob over here. So I'm going with the Syracuse Orange.
Got it going over there, sir.
All right, Joel, I think is up.
Yep, Joel's up next.
It definitely is me. So since you just took who I was about to pick, I'm gonna have to go with the Demon Deacon of Wake Forest.
Oh, my God.
That's a good one.
Demon Deacon.
Oh, he wanted. Okay, gotcha. Sorry about that. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's like
Blue Devil is still on the board.
It's still on the board.
Yes.
All right, it was the
So
Wake
now we
Forest.
know who Braylon was.
I want him because he rolled up on the motorcycle.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right
That's
on.
what the Demon Deacon pull up on
That's
the
what I'm
motorcycle.
saying.
Yeah.
That's why I wrote. Damn.
I like
All right,
that
I gotta
one.
go back to the drawing board. It's on you,
With the
KG.
next pick in the mascot draft, an all-time great came from this school. We all know him as Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Give me Ramses the Tar Heel.
Yeah.
Let's go. Ramses the Tar Heel.
I like well spoken. Ramsey tip, well spoken. Yes, the last pick.
Last pick. That's a big one.
Oh, I know who my
This
last
is
pick
my
is.
Brock Purdy pick right here. This is my Brock
Yeah, who's
Purdy.
Mr. Irrelevant? The Super Frog already go?
Oh, from
No.
TCU?
Super
You
Frog
want
on the
the
board?
TCU
Oh, we're going
Frog?
Super
You
Frog,
go-
baby. Give me
you
Super
want the- he's going
Frog.
hard.
Give me Super Frog.
Hypnotoad.
Oh, this guy, he's a horny toad. He's going to be fun to hang out with. He's kind of mean looking.
Or,
What, Hypnotoad?
Yeah.
I'm not too sure. I know TCU was saying it. That was like
It
one of their
comes from a
monikers
TV
one
show.
year.
This is the pick, man. This is the pick.
I
I love my lineup. I
do.
will put mine up.
I like your lineup too.
Leading
feel
off
like-
the tree.
feel like the only thing I'm missing. You know what? I need a live animal.
You do the
I need a real.
I need a
I was gonna say, you the only one that don't got
I'm
one.
Yeah.
gonna show my man Primetime some love.
Oh.
And I'm going with Chip the Buffalo. Chip the Buffalo. Get Primetime some love out there and older. Chip the Buffalo will be my 5th and final pick.
All right.
I like
Well,
that. That's a good pick.
if you guys probably haven't figured out who my Brock Purdy pick is, I think I've got a solid Brock Purdy style pick for my 5th and final pick. Since you know I took my Bowling Green Falcons, I got to have respect and show respect for my rivals. I'll take the Toledo Rocket Man.
No, even rolling it up.
Man.
Okay.
Toledo Rocket Man. Someone's got to walk the dog.
You're just going all MAC, huh?
Well, no, not all MAC. I got the
Maction.
Tennessee dog, but yeah, I got to have the top 2 Maction teams in there.
Soon, hey, whenever your team comes to our house, we're gonna roast.
Yeah.
We're gonna roast.
It's gonna be
the
bad. It's gonna be bad.
This old pajama wearing.
That's right.
All right.
All right, Joel, last pick of the draft for you. Who you got?
My last pick of the draft. Know what you call, since it's not quite the same bird, but since we close to the Olympics or getting ready to wrap up the Olympics and America is leading, I'm gonna have to go Herky the Hawk. Nice representative. I don't really know what school got an eagle, so had to go. Oh wait, dang, it's right there.
Eastern.
Southern Miss is Golden
Yeah,
Eagles.
I just saw it. I didn't even look at the list.
Southern Miss Golden Eagles.
Golden Eagle.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we need a nice eagle to represent us
Okay.
at America.
America.
Went to
Love
Iowa.
that. Never going to go wrong with America.
Well, speaking of America, with the last pick in the mascot draft,
Liberty?
Nah.
Liberty Bibberty.
I thought about Bucky the Badger. I thought about I thought about a couple things, man. Nitro, University of Central Florida, but I'm going with out of Mississippi State, Bully the Bulldog.
Okay.
Let's go.
Jump in there. You got yourself a bulldog.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's the second boardwalk off the board, though. So, that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying.
Ugga versus Bully. Pull up.
Come on.
I'm mad you got the duck.
Yeah, the Duck's a solid pick.
Duck's always a solid
I'm
pick.
mad you took the
I got
Miami
Brutus.
Duck. I was going to
So
take
what's
him.
the teams, Bray? You want to run
He the
down the
meaner
teams?
So
what's
yeah,
the
let's
team
run the
stink?
team.
So I got the tree.
Okay.
I got Ugga.
Okay.
I got Brutus.
Okay.
And then I got the Frog.
All right.
God.
Michigan State Sparty. I got Oklahoma State Cowboy. I have Sebastian from Miami Duck. I got Cosmo the Cougar from BYU and Chip the Buffalo from University of Colorado.
And I have the good old Smokey from Tennessee. I have Freddie Falcon from Bowling Green. I have Big Red from Western Kentucky, Syracuse Orange, and the Toledo Rockets.
Ooh.
Okay, my 5 were the Oregon Duck, Big Al, Bevo or Bevo. I keep forgetting how to say it. And then who did I pick for? I literally just forgot
I
that
forgot
quick.
mine.
I just forgot that quick who I picked for.
Mr. Irrelevant. Okay.
Boomer Sooner.
What you call?
He took Boomer
No,
Sooner.
No,
Demon
I took
Deacon.
Boomer
Demon
Sooner.
Deacon. That-
Demon
and then he
Deacon.
took that was his.
Wow,
pick.
you
So
really
then
put a
my
lot
fifth
of
was
care into
what
your
you call?
picks.
My
Hey,
fifth was Herky the Hawk.
So
He did pick. That's
I had Osceola and Renegade. I had
FSG.
Boomer and Sooner. I had Bully the Bulldog. I had Mike the Tiger, and I had one more. I can't remember.
Wow, you guys are great.
I know,
Never
right?
mind.
I can't
Never
remember
mind.
the last one, man. I had one more.
These guys.
Who we getting in the chat?
We had to run the tape back, but
Who we saying one in the chat, ladies and gentlemen?
Oh, yeah.
That's a good squad.
Didn't you say Bucky the Band?
Oh, yeah, Ramsey
Ramsey's the
Can
target.
you do a poll, Pete, in the chat?
Yeah, I think we
Who
should
won the
probably
draft?
do it. Yeah, I'll put a poll
I think
together.
you only get 4 options, so you can leave Joel out because he doesn't even remember who he picked.
I already said Pete should be left out. He picked all MAC teams. Mine won. Mine really winning for real.
I don't
said
know,
what?
man.
I said mine really
I
gonna
got
win
some
for real.
classics on
Well, that was
mine, man.
fun.
I got
College
the Oregon
football's-
Duck, Big Al,
Okay, I
like
got
Demon
national
Deacon.
championship. Y'all don't even have national championship.
Hey, what you call it? Big Al. Big Al account for all of them.
Bruh.
Yeah, he do. He
I'm
do.
not here. You said what?
I
you
said
talking
do.
about- It's not about national championship. It's not about national championship.
Just saying.
Damn it.
All right.
I got a
well,
live horse. I mean, I should be winning
we'll let the
this
chat debate it. When we come back, we'll have the answer of
I
who
have
they
it.
think won
Native
the draft.
American and a
if
horse.
you don't pick the tree, the drunk leprechaun, and Ugga,
Yeah,
like there's something wrong with
It's
you.
very
one.
American.
I have an
I got
English
trees.
bulldog.
I got
Very
a
American.
leprechaun and a bulldog. What more do you need to have a good time?
I have an English
very
bulldog. I'm better than you.
Dude, I got 2 orange.
I
I got 2
have a
colored
bull.
blobs. You can't beat me.
I'm just saying. I got a buffalo.
And I have a
I think the
tiger.
bull winning.
I got no.
I got
buffalo
a tiger. And I got a boomer and a sooner, whatever that
Got
is.
a buffalo.
whatever
My
those
drunk
are.
leprechaun's gonna ride your buffalo.
I got a cowboy.
Hey,
with
yo.
I got a cowboy.
All right, pause.
Big pause.
We'll be back. We
I got
got to talk
Cowboys
about
with pistols.
JMO. We got to talk about Ben Johnson. We got Lions football less than
Who
28
won?
hours away.
My team.
Yep. Let us know who won in the chat. But first, Pete, tell us about Guardian.
Well, you want to talk about winners. How about Guardian Alarm? You tell us when you see the black and yellow sign out in front of your
All
house, tell the
four
bad
you
guys one
guys
thing.
stay out.
That's right. Let Guardian Alarm offer you customized solutions from real experts, 24/7 professional monitoring, and technology backed by people. This technology has been proven to work, and these people have been proven to care. So call 1-800. That's 1-800. Call them today. Tell them Woodward Sports sent you and Kenny G.
What I got? Oh, the best morning show in the city, period.
Where
Can't
guys
tell
pass
me
out.
No different.
Wow. Yeah, so good. Flannel passed out.
Sam is catching heat today, man. But Woodward Sports has a new morning show, not so new. Wake up Woodward every day, Monday through Friday, 8 to 10 a.m. live on Woodward Sports. Join Kool-Aid, Flannel, Broder, JB, and myself every morning as we cover all of Detroit sports talk, banter, and live fan interaction on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Lights out.
The countdown to kickoff is here. Your Detroit Lions are ready for another season of grit. Woodward Sports is your #1 destination for all breaking news and Lions coverage. We are Detroit's #1 sports network. We are Woodward Sports.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola? Really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody!
The Ally Challenge presented by McLaren is back August 22nd through 25th at Warwick Hills and Grand Blanc. Be there for PGA Tour Champions Golf, Family Night, concerts, and more. Tickets start at just $15. Get yours at allychallenge.com today.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Thank you to the Detroit Lions and Sheila Hamp for the best season in Lions history. Now it's time to let Brad Holmes cook. Woodward Sports.
Is your mic on?
Yeah, you muted.
Hey, turn your mic on.
All right, how would you like to play the University of Michigan golf course with Braylon Edwards? Come on, I already
It's
know
on
you
Monday.
do. I already
I'm
know
in
you
the
do.
building.
It's the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour. Register today, and you can round off a foursome. Yuck. At woodwardsports.com or scan the QR code on the screen. When it comes to your next car or truck, make the wise decision. It's Randy Wise. And if you're like Maz and you wear prehistoric sports gear, why not? It's time to elevate. You know, it's time to get something newer, and Woodward Sports got you, man. That Boodum Kids shirt flying off the shelves, getting ready for September 8th against the Rams. But we got other great stuff on there, too. The Tigers merch, Stoke Not Scared, man. Whatever you want, we got. Hoodies, tees, hats, guaranteed to turn heads, but only if you go to woodwardsports.com and click shop.
Man, Maz had on the brain.
Stay away from
Welcome back to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz right here on the Woodward Sports Network. And shout out to everybody who follows us on Twitter. We reached 100,000 followers this weekend.
I saw that. We made it.
Yeah, giving away a jersey right now if you guys want to go try to win that.
We were at 16K when I first started.
Really?
16K.
We had to buy Woodward Sports from a school in California.
Wow.
Called Woodward, like high school or something, and it was just their sports like entity that they never used. They didn't tweet on it for like 5 years before we got it. I was able to get the website, I was able to get the Instagram, I was able to get Facebook, I was able to get YouTube, all of it. But Twitter was the last missing link. Joey calls, finagles it, they gave it to us for free.
Joey Neighbor, shout out to one of the nicest guys you will ever meet.
Yeah, Joe, dude, you should have heard Joey's best man speech at my wedding.
Put you to tears a little bit?
A little bit put me to tears and a little bit of stuff he probably shouldn't have talked about, you know, but
Joey's like that, man.
Yeah, he's a personal friend.
Comes from a sweet place.
What up, Pete?
From our very, very good friend Dante151.
Dante better be saying Braylon won, man.
Dante, as always, man, you are the best. $9.99 donated. How could no one pick the Florida Gator or Arizona State Sun Devil or USC Trojan or UCLA Golden Bear? But anyway, Braylon Edwards picking Sparty first is really weird. Hashtag Boo Damn Kids.
Boo Damn Kids.
That's blasphemous.
It is blasphemy in a sense. I can understand it, but I stick with the pick. My goal isn't to make you happy as a fan of University of Michigan. My goal is to make you happy when you look at the totality of my mascots. When you look at the totality, are these mascots that you rock with, that you see? You can hate Michigan State all you want to. I know you never looked at that mascot and been like, I hate that mascot.
And that's fine. You can't make that pick, though. I'm sorry. You cutting off your nose to spite your face, man.
Hey, man, the man can do whatever the hell he wants.
How is
especially after I just defended Michigan from allegedly cheating 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, that's true.
Come on now.
I guess.
Let's get some Lions talk before we do some more Michigan talk today. We got Intern Alex coming in and Skinny Butcher. We're going to do that segment coming up. But I want to talk a little bit about J-Mo, a little bit about Ben Johnson, and, of course, Dan Orlovsky, Mr. On-Again, Off-Again with the Detroit Lions. And we'll talk about that. But throw up what
you got it, my friend.
What Ben Johnson has to say about J-Mo. Breakout star, this is from ML Football. Lions offensive coordinator Ben Johnson says, quote, "We haven't seen anything Jameson Williams can't do." Eyeball, eyeball, eyeball. We start feeling it towards the ends of last year, and he's taken it to another level in springtime. And so far here in training camp.
Shout out
J-Mo, big season incoming. Braylon, this is a stark contrast to what was going on in preseason of last year with J-Mo. Yeah. Remember, it was like they were almost trying to coax Dan Campbell and Ben Johnson to just give us anything positive that was going on in training camp with J-Mo. But really the typical response was he needs to keep working to get the reps that he needs to get. And he needs to put in the work. And it was really kind of coming off as this guy's not putting in the work. This offseason, though, many things have changed. And we actually talked to Dr. Pierce, I believe it was last week, about it. And he said he saw some of the video of J-Mo, and it just seems like he now feels comfortable in his body again. Because when you're coming off those types of injuries, you're a little hesitant. Now he's stronger. He knows he can make the cuts. He's more confident in who he is, and it really is showing Ben Johnson that he could be more confident into turning the keys of this offense over to J-Mo. What do you think about all this?
So when Maz and Ryan, from the inception of Jameson Williams until this year, especially when everybody was kind of riding his coattails a lot in terms of when he first came in, catching the ball. That was something Dan Campbell talked about. Even in his first year when he missed the first part of the season, then caught the touchdown, you get excited. Still was catching the football. Then that offseason, we know what happened with the gambling. So a lot of people were frustrated with J-Mo. They saw him in training camp. It just didn't look like it was going to hit. I just kept saying, you got to realize this kid got drafted at 20 years old. He is just that. He's a kid. He's injured. So not only are you dealing with a guy that is young, you're dealing with a guy that's young, he's injured, away from home, 100%. He's bored. He's away from home, and he doesn't feel a part of what the Detroit Lions are doing. It takes time. Now here he has 2 years, fully healthy. He's removed himself from the situation that necessarily wasn't his fault anyway with the gambling stuff. He's been dialed in, and it's the culture. It's the Amon-Ra St. Brown. It's the Khalif Raymonds. It's how that offensive line conducts themselves. It's how all the players around Allen Park conduct themselves for him to be able to learn. He's taking this serious. Jameson Williams is the best player on the field 2 years ago when Georgia played Alabama.
Oh, by far.
And you're talking about how many people went in the first round. He was the best player. If he doesn't tear his ACL, they beat a Georgia team that was much better than them. But he tears his ACL. They just lost John Mechie the game before that. They lose to Georgia. This is the type of player he was. Brad Holmes knew what he was doing when he drafted Jameson Williams, when they moved up to number 12 in 2022. So it's just a matter of time sometimes. But good thing we had Dan Campbell as a head coach. Good thing we had this identity in this locker room and this culture that can bring him along, because he's right. You've never seen what Jameson Williams can do, because the NFL at this point, there have only been a couple guys that can operate like him. Like, just imagine Justin Jefferson's ability, but then imagine Tyreek Hill's speed. You start to add little nuggets. Ben Johnson's like, shoosh. Like, they haven't had a guy that can stretch the field since he's been here. Not only is he stretching the field, he's one of the fastest guys in the NFL. So it makes sense that Ben would make those comments.
Yeah, and you're starting to see it in training camp, too. They were saying against the Giants, nobody could guard James.
No.
I mean, he was catching touchdowns. The guy's not within 15 yards of him. His performance last year in the NFC Championship game. I mean, if you look back at the film, he had an amazing 2 touchdowns. Obviously, kicked off with that 40-yard run, and then he got another one receiving in the back of the end zone, falling awkward. We're all like, oh, God, please don't
Here we
let
go
him
again.
over here. But either way, what does that do for your confidence going into the offseason? Like, that is a hell of a springboard to go into the offseason like, oh, my God, not only can I do this, I can do this at a high level on the biggest stage.
And that's more so what it is. You know, look, it sucks, but this is true. You can take wins out of losses. You know, an individual. 100%. And when you play a team game, you yourself have to view the whole performance. You have to view the team game, how you guys play, and then you have to view yourself. If I'm Jameson Williams and I'm watching that film, I'm like, all right, now I'm starting to get back to what I did at Alabama. Now I'm starting to feel what I felt when I got drafted in 2022. Also, they felt confident and they felt comfortable enough in the biggest moment, and I haven't necessarily been that staple player for this team yet. They trusted me to make plays in those moments.
Right.
They trusted me early in the game with the reverse. They trusted me at the end of the game when the game really was on the line to make a play, and I caught a touchdown. So now what that does is, Ben trusts me. Dan rock with me. Jared Goff, he messes with me. So, all right, cool. Now I can dial in. Now this offseason, using that as a springboard, that was the best thing that can happen to Jameson Williams, because in the biggest moment of his NFL career, he was there to answer the call. You take that energy in the offseason, now you're not partying as much. Now you're starting to not play video games as much, because you see what type of success and what type of player you can be, and you see that your team is right there. So now you don't want to let those guys down. He's done, it seems, like everything you're supposed to do after getting that close and realizing you do have that talent.
Yeah, it's kind of like an aha moment. Like, wait a minute. I was the best player in the biggest moment on this field where there's going to be a Super Bowl.
Jalen Carter was in that game, by the way. Just throwing that out there. Like, Jalen Carter was in that game, and Jameson was still better than him. Like, this is the type of player that he showed us he could be in college, so I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm super pumped about it. I've been on the JMO bandwagon since day one, but that's what I do. I jump on the bandwagon until they tell me to jump off. And a guy who's jumping on the bandwagon again after he jumped on last year, then jumped off last year, now he's back on. Dan Orlovsky.
Come on, Dano.
Favors the Detroit Lions to win the NFC.
Lions or 49ers, give me a repeat NFC championship game there. Be awesome.
You know what's different about Detroit and San Francisco in comparison? Like, everyone loves Green Bay, rightfully so. I think Green Bay is going to be very good. Detroit has closers and finishers as well as San Francisco. Like, on offense, we know when San Francisco needs something to happen, it's going to be Kittle and McCaffrey. Detroit, it's going to be Sam Laporta or Amon-Ra St. Brown. And they've got Hutch on the back end, obviously Bosa for the 49ers. Green Bay, we don't know who that person is right now. And that's where I think these two teams are different than Green Bay. Is it going to be Romeo Doubs for Green Bay's offense? Who's going to be the pass rusher that gets it done?
Yeah, and Dan Orlovsky's back on the bandwagon. What that means for week 2, I don't know. That's kind of what Dan Orlovsky has done the past year. Because, like, at one point, he was the biggest Lions champion until they went up against the Rams. And, I don't know if the Lions got it in them. They're going up against my boy Matt Stafford. And he jumped off. Now you look like a fool because we know when it comes time, you're going to turn your card.
You're funny. Like you're typically you're a diehard fan, and I love it. You just happen to be a diehard fan of Detroit Lions. That's why we're here. He's not off and on. He works in the space of media, which means he gets privy to watch all the games, all the things that you don't want to admit as a Lions fan, the things that really, really make you scared from time to time that you won't. His job is to accentuate those things. So when he's talking about the Lions last year, that secondary was trash. 100%. Going into that game, the way Matt Stafford was playing, you still had Aaron Donald. The defensive line wasn't doing you consistent favors towards the end of the season. So if I'm from Dan, I never have watched as much film as he watched. If I'm watching film like him.
So you honestly think he thought the Rams were a better team than the Lions last year?
At that point, if you're looking at what that secondary was getting demolished. You're 2 plays, you're 2 calls away from this being a different outcome and us being very, very differently minded thinking about the Detroit Lions. 2 plays, and it's it.
Guess what?
And I understand.
We ain't those plays.
I understand, but I'm saying you can see why he would make that statement. He was
Stafford's 1 drive away from not making a Super Bowl after Tom Brady went up on him.
This is true.
That's sports.
But
we can do this.
But what I'm saying is you see why he can make that comment. You see why he can say what he said.
I can, but if you're going to put your flag on a team and plant your flag at some point.
He never said the Lions were going to win it all last year. He just simply said the Lions are a consistent team and you should believe them because they are the real McCoy.
But then round 1 of the playoffs, they're no longer a good team. That's where you lose me, right? Like round 1 of the playoffs.
If you make it,
and honestly, let's be honest.
It just keeps
Orlowski loves Stafford.
Right.
For
but
real.
he does.
He ain't never moved off of that.
Like, he played with Stafford here, though.
That's a great point.
But how do you explain not even 2 weeks ago him having Jared Goff ranked the 5th best quarterback in the NFC, Matt Stafford ranked number 1, and Jordan Love and Brock Purdy rated over Jared Goff? How do you explain that one?
Brock Purdy's led his team to 2 NFC championships. So if you want to base off what you think about a quarterback and you're not making
Jared Goff is the same type of quarterback,
no,
though.
But he's no. The same type of doing the same thing is not the same. He went to back-to-back NFC championships and actually then went to a Super Bowl.
And didn't win nothing.
It doesn't matter, but he went.
Okay.
So you have a body of work that's consistent. Jared Goff, 1 year he makes the playoffs. He got 2 wins in that, talking about his Lions credentials. He made the playoffs, got 2 wins. Definitely did his thing.
All right, Matt Stafford being number 1.
He won the Super Bowl 3 years ago.
That's
and then
3 years ago.
You saw what he did last year. Matt Stafford finished the season one of the most efficient quarterbacks in the NFL.
I get that, but he stayed consistent with Stafford. He got Stafford number 1. Now, how do you explain Jordan Love?
Jordan Love got more potential.
We talking about potential now?
First of all, if you're talking about in the span of 2 years, Jordan Love has 1 playoff win. Jared Goff has 2.
We never talk about what
we got to be real with ourselves.
Done,
Jared Goff is not.
I'm just simply like I'm not even.
Watch your mouth, Joel.
No, I'm not telling you I believe this. I'm telling you.
I feel you. But if we going off accomplishment, nobody talks about what Jared Goff did in 1 whole season.
No, nobody talks about what Jared Goff did to a whole franchise.
We talked about 3 years ago.
You asked me. I told you what he did last year. He was the most efficient quarterback. He's one of the most efficient quarterbacks at the end, right along with Jared Goff. If he wants to pick him first because he won the Super Bowl 3 years, then congratulations. This ain't my pick. I'm simply telling you how a person could pick that.
Yeah.
Like
I'm just wondering.
Ask me what I thought.
I'm just wondering how we're going to win the division with the 5th ranked quarterback.
Yeah,
because you have the best team.
I was just gonna say it's a team game.
It's a team game, and technically, then the Rams.
But if you look at Jared Goff and you rank him
else.
amongst all the like, you take a list of all the quarterbacks in the league, Jared Goff falls in the middle, and that's very fair to say.
But there is no way you could
That's
tell
not fair
me.
to say. Jared Goff has gone to 2 underachieving franchises and taken both of them to heights that they have never been. You cannot list me quarterbacks. You cannot list me maybe
he
2
took the Rams. So he carried the Rams. He carried the Rams. Answer that question. He carried the Rams.
Did he?
No, Todd Gurley did.
Did he go to the Rams when they were nothing and take them to a Super Bowl?
And then they got Jalen Ramsey,
Just yes or no.
Ndamukong Suh.
He did. That's not fair.
No, that's what Stafford got. Stafford got Ramsey.
Yeah.
Stafford
had
got
the
Von
same
Miller.
team. What are you talking
No,
about?
Stafford got a much improved Rams team.
Yeah,
No, he
so
didn't.
don't come to me.
They both
like
were
I
super
said,
teams.
When Goff did it once with the Rams, you can say it's a fluke. When he comes to Detroit and it's twice, that's a trend, and that is reality. He went to 2 franchises and elevated 2 franchises.
I just don't understand. I just don't understand Lions fan base. Why you guys get so bad?
No, it's not that. But okay, look at Brock Purdy. You can say the same thing about Brock Purdy. We haven't seen him do it without Debo. We haven't seen him do it without George Kittle. We haven't seen him do it without the coach.
And honestly, I've seen Jimmy Garoppolo do the same thing as I've seen Brock Purdy do.
Exactly. It's certain stuff I'm just not with. The Jordan Love, okay, yes, in the future he will be better than Jared Goff in the NFC, but not now. He hasn't accomplished anything. I mean, Brock Purdy, yes, he's gotten to 2 straight NFC championships and a Super Bowl, lost every single one. Matt Stafford, 3 years ago? We going off 3 years ago.
So if you go
Brock
off that,
Purdy did it in year 2.
As the last drafted player.
That's 2 years in a row. It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
He's a rookie quarterback, goes to the NFC championship.
It does matter.
Then, so he didn't prove it was a fluke, like you said, which is not for golf because he's showing you to do it. He did it the 2nd year in a row, and this time he actually went to the Super Bowl.
I understand.
That's like saying Stafford elevated the
Brock
Rams.
Purdy beat Jared Goff head up. If you want to go that route, Brock Purdy won head up.
Here we go with
No.
that.
With home field advantage.
No, see, now you want to bet.
I don't care about that.
If you just want to do that,
I don't care about
head
that.
up, Brock Purdy beat him. It's just like the GOAT conversation.
And Jared Goff beat Patrick Mahomes
Head
3
up.
times straight. What is that for?
But right now,
Regular season.
we're talking about the NFC quarterbacks, and you're asking, why is this guy? Why is that guy? Jared Goff lost to Brock Purdy head up. And when the 49ers needed Brock Purdy the most, it wasn't some fluke play made by somebody else. Brock Purdy made those plays.
Jared Goff got
play a ball off the helmet's not a fluke.
The Lions were back ahead after that. No, I'm talking
Still,
about
that
was
Brock Purdy
that was a big
okay.
play.
To win a championship, you got to get lucky. That's everybody.
And no, that's
everybody.
To me, that was the separation.
Jared Goff made it
going
further in
into
the playoffs than Jordan Love. I mean, what do we? I mean, we can pull out caveats.
Well, wait. Well, here's the argument. Goff beat Stafford head to head in the same playoffs, but they have him number 1.
That's fine, but I never said this is what I judge. I'm just giving you devil's advocate.
Okay.
You arguing against me like it's my list.
Okay.
How dare you?
It's not my list.
How dare you?
It's not my list.
Either way, Jared Goff is the greatest quarterback to ever don a Lions uniform.
I agree.
There's
Bobby Lane.
no question. Bobby Lane? Maybe.
I'm effing.
Bobby Lane handed the ball off
wasn't
more
around
than
for Bobby.
J.J. McCarthy, though. So it's a little different offense back then. We got to take a break. Braylon, you're getting out of here.
Yeah.
All right, Braylon's getting out of here. We got Intern Alex coming up next. But first, Braylon, before you go.
Before you go, my friend.
We'll tell you a little bit about the Ally Challenge. August 22nd and the 25th are the dates on that. The Ally Challenge presented by McLaren is back, like I said, the 22nd, 25th at Warwick Hills. Lead the golf to the pros and don't miss the party at 17. $2 birdie beers, concerts, and more. Get tickets today at allychallenge.com. Brought to you by Randy Wise.
It's critical for you to have your insurance reviewed. Swiss Insurance will make sure your carrier is not slipping in those extra fees. Call Mark at Swiss Insurance today, 313-530-1698, or visit SwissINS.com. We'll be back with Intern Alex.
The countdown to kickoff is here. Your Detroit Lions are ready for another season of grit. Woodward Sports is your #1 destination for all breaking news and Lions coverage. We are Detroit's #1 sports network. We are Woodward Sports.
Yo, let me just say, I love Planet Fitness.
Trying out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Listen, the PF Black Card is worth every penny for this hydro massage. I'm a new man.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home? Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
All the benefits, all for less. Planet Fitness, big fitness energy for all.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
The Ally Challenge presented by McLaren is back August 22nd through 25th at Warwick Hills and Grand Blanc. Be there for PGA Tour Champions Golf, Family Night, concerts, and more. Tickets start at just $15. Get yours at allychallenge.com today.
Any Lady Jane's haircuts for men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's haircuts for men. It's wicked awesome.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Hey, if you're dealing with divorce, child custody, visitation, or any other family law issues, make sure you hit up KDK Divorce. And you know what? I may put in a class action lawsuit against all the golf misinformation that people like Joel and Braylon are up here.
Thank you, man.
Golf misinformation It is hurting the brand. It is costing us money. Easy is going to be in on this. I'm going to sue Easy. I'm going to sue Flannel Sam. Joel, you're getting it too. Misinformation on Jared Goff, and you know who's going to win me this? KDK Law. Oh. We are going to be millionaires because KDK Law will go to bat for you. And if you need excellence on your side, you do two things. You get Jared Goff, and you get KDK Law. Thank you. Welcome back to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz, and none of those dudes are here.
Yeah, right?
It's just me on a stage. You don't have to adjust the camera.
What else is
No, you don't have to adjust the camera. That's fine. Make sure we keep the Skinny Butcher in there because they are they are the sponsor of this segment here. We have Intern Alex here to talk about U of M. How many days away are we from kickoff? Is it the 31st against Fresno?
It is August 31st, yeah. So, 24 days? It's 7th today, so it's coming up close.
Yeah, what's the buzz going around right now? Obviously, we got the breaking Jim Harbaugh news, which pretty much shuts down your whole program for a season. I know he's suspended for 4 years. Sharon Moore's kind of getting swept up in this tech scandal thing, but besides all that stuff, let's talk some football. What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, with Michigan football this year, anything you hear about around training camp is going to ultimately come down to the battle at quarterback. You got your main guys you've heard about all year. Alex Orji sounds like the presumed leader from everything in the press conferences and the hype. Then you have guys like Jack Tuttle and Davis Warren who are also competing. But from the players' recent media availability today, you saw Tyler Morris, the wide receiver, talk about Alex Orji's really coming and kind of he hasn't taken over the job quite yet, but he's showing the signs. They're talking about how well he's doing it, reading the defense and improving his consistency with accuracy, which those have always been his big questions around his game because he's a guy, he comes in with all the physical tools and build at 6'3", 230, who can also run. So if he can also get the passing game going with him as well, Michigan should be in for a great season ahead of them.
Well, one big part of that is the offensive line, right? You pretty much lost everybody up front for Michigan, which had won best offensive line back-to-back years.
Yeah.
When I'm having conversations with people, and we prefaced this early in the show, I'm not a Michigan fan. I root for Michigan because I'm from Michigan, and I like when teams in this state do well. But my argument to them is, listen, Michigan, the backups are probably pretty damn good too. And just because they're not starting with an elite unit doesn't mean that those guys aren't getting those practice reps. Doesn't mean that those guys aren't 5-star recruit, 4-star recruits that haven't gotten the opportunity. Especially at the college level, you see that a lot. It's a lot of next man up. I mean, let's just, for a quick example, let's do Jalen Hurts and Tua, right? Just because you went from one to the other doesn't mean you have a drop-off. Do you see this offensive line maintaining that elite status this year?
Oh, yeah, 100%. And that's for a multitude of reasons. First off, and this is the basic most easy, is they pretty much have 2 full-time O-line coaches. Grant Newsome, moved over from tight end to O-line coach. And then Sharon Moore being the head man, he will always make sure that will be a great unit up front, really clearing the way and setting the tone for the offense. Then another point is, even though they're replacing 6 guys who started last year, this is a deceivingly experienced line for Michigan. You have guys like Giovanni El-Hadi, who at left guard has started for Michigan before in a backup role. Josh Preeb transferred in from Northwestern. He was second team All-Big Ten last year. Okay. We have Miles Hinton, who's a 2-year starter at Stanford and got some reps last year. And another guy in the right tackle battle, Jeff Percy, who also started a game a few years ago against Rutgers from Michigan. So even though we have a bunch of new starters on this line, they are really experienced. And one thing that is important to remember at the college level is offensive line is a slow developing position. This is not a position group you really want to come in and see freshmen playing right away because they need to have time to get their strength up, get their conditioning up. So you have a lot of guys who've been sitting, waiting in the wings at Michigan for 3-4 years, waiting for their time to come around and fully get their shot. So that's why I have confidence that this is going to be another great line up front for Michigan this year.
KG?
Yeah, I would let P go. P wanted to go.
No. I was going to say you go first. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. Yep. So I wanted to ask about the defense, man, because I feel like that's going to be the calling card for Michigan this year. Of course, they traded Jesse Minter for Wink Martindale, who I feel is an upgrade, and Jesse Minter was a damn good defensive coordinator. They get an upgrade there. A lot of talent still left on this defense. I feel like they can be the best in the country, but what do you feel about the defense going into this season, and who are some players we need to look out for?
Oh, yeah, 100%. This should be a top 5 defense in college football once again with all the talent they have. And for Michigan this year, it really starts up front. You have really the best defensive line in college football, I think, returning. All 4 players from the last play of the Rose Bowl where they stopped Jalen Milroe are back. You have Josiah Stewart, who shoved J.C. Latham back into Jalen Milroe's lap. You
You have Kenneth Grant and Mason Graham, who are two of the best defensive tackles in college football. Kenneth Grant alone, Jim Harbaugh called him a gift from the football gods.
Yeah.
Coming in at 6'4", 340. And last year, he had a pass rush win rate of above 12%, which, to put that in perspective, Tavondre Sweat at Texas only an 8% pass rush win rate. So to be that big and be able to move as fast as he does and be that good rushing the passer, that's going to be a problem number one for almost any defensive coordinator. And then, outside of the line, you have one of the best secondaries in college football as well. Will Johnson, highest rated player in the college football video game, presumed top 5 pick in the NFL draft next year. He has everything you want in a corner. He's big, he's fast, he's smart, he's instinctive, he can cover anything. And then linebacker, you have two really good, proven Big Ten guys in Ernest Hausman and Jayshon Barham, who they are both, transfer portal guys, but they have shown their effectiveness. So if Michigan can really, the big question marks are going to be cornerback 2, which is presumed to be at Jair Hill's position, but he has great athleticism and is a really young guy. Okay. So if he can get up to speed and be like Josh Wallace last year, Michigan is once again looking at top 5-10 defense in college football.
Hey, Alex, going back to the offensive side of the ball, you and I were texting earlier today, getting you ready for the show, about the video that came out about Orji doing the workups, and I just want to play that right now for everybody here. I wish Braylon was here to kind of comment on this, but just so everybody can kind of see what kind of dude this is. I mean, Alex Orji here in this video here, if you can see, this guy is... What is he balancing on? Is it like a...
Yeah, it's like a wobble block type of thing.
Okay.
To work on your stabilizer.
But look at the other dudes who can barely do what he's doing. He's picking up popcorn kernels.
Yeah.
You can't see that. Popcorn kernels. This guy is not going to be shoelace tackled. He's not going to be brought down by one leg. I really, by the looks of that, Alex, it seems to me like he's going to be, obviously, he's a pocket passer, we know that, but it looks like he's going to be running the ball. My question to you is, aside from watching that great video about Orji, Colston Loveland, is he the number one receiver even out of the tight end position as of right now? Even over the receivers, is Colston Loveland the number one option right now on the offense?
Yeah, I think 100% Colston Loveland will be the number one receiving option for Alex Orji. He's going to be such a mismatch for everybody. His combination of size, speed, hands, he's been a deep threat since he was a freshman, and I expect him to win a Mackey for Michigan and be the first one since Jake Butt did so in 2016. And then back to the Orji video, one thing to notice and even point out is look at everyone else in the video.
Right.
They're picking up the popcorn kernels doing a one-legged RDL.
And they can barely do it.
Yeah, he's doing it in a pistol squat, which is way harder, and he's struggling way less than everyone else in the video. So when you finally see that Michigan has a quarterback that big and that built, that opens up another element to our offense, which is design quarterback runs. Because the last year, we knew J.J. McCarthy was fast and had the athletic tools and skill set. However, he was a smaller, skinnier guy, and we were worried about his durability. And, we kind of saw that towards the end of the season against Maryland and Penn State. You could tell he was banged up. But with a guy like Orji, when he has that size and strength with him, that opens up a whole nother aspect to our playbook, which we can and will utilize throughout the season. So that is something super exciting.
It is.
And Alex, I got to ask you about Donovan Edwards. Now, the last couple years, it was the Blake Corum show, and we would occasionally see these flashes from Donovan Edwards. This year is totally him. No other running back behind him. He is the guy. What do you expect out of Donovan Edwards this year, and can we expect him to take a leap in his style of play?
Yeah, I think Donovan Edwards should easily clear the 1,000-yard rushing mark this year. Michigan's probably going to play more games than they have. Just even built in with the expanded playoff and all that.
Yeah.
But the big things for Donovan Edwards is we've seen his pros being, his catching ability and his home run speed and long speed. Once he gets out in an open, no one's chasing him down. However, what we need to see out of him as an every down back is two things. One, his ball carrier vision. That has been a kind of weakness for him, and that was a strength of Blake Corum. Even in his touchdown runs in the national championship game, we saw he kind of ran into the back of his blockers and bounced it outside.
Yeah.
So he needs to improve that. And the other is his ability to get through contact, which he was very bad at that early in the year last year, but he was open about, he's still working through his injuries, and he saw a sports psychologist. So if he can finally break through those initial 1 or 2 contact people to get, turn more of the 2-yard runs into 4 or 5-yard runs like Blake Corum was so good at, then we could see him really have an All-American type year.
Well, Alex, real quick, final question for me, my friend. We're coming to the end of the show here. What's the aura in Ann Arbor? College is getting ready to start. Give us an update, my friend. What's the aura like? Are things starting to hum over there? Everybody getting ready, excited to go?
Out there in Ann Arbor, it's kind of the calm before the storm right now. It's we have classes starting in 3 weeks, so it's about as quiet as you'll get. But starting next week, students, me included, are going to slowly start trickling back in and getting ready for a school year and hopefully another national championship.
All right, buddy.
Well, good luck with that first year of the big college football playoffs. So that's going to be interesting. Michigan's going to make it. They're going to get the playoffs. So from there, who the hell knows what can happen.
Maybe a home game in December for the first time in Michigan history. We'll see.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you for coming in on Wolverine Wednesday, brought to you by the Skinny Butcher, Alex the Intern. And we'll see you next Wednesday. Get inching closer to football season.
Yeah, can't wait. See you guys next Wednesday.
Yep. Who we got to go to now, Pete?
Oh, we're done.
Oh, the show's done?
We're at the end
of
the
show.
show.
We don't have any more breaks?
Why don't you bleed it out a little bit? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we got 5 more minutes. I'm not going to shut the show down.
What?
I mean, can I go back? Can I go back to addressing the idiots who don't understand how great Jared Goff is?
Let's talk about that.
Can I speak to the people who don't understand that when you win, everywhere you go and everywhere in life, that you're damn good at what you do. And I don't have time to sit here to explain to people who don't really understand football that it's not all about the tangibles, Flannel Sam. It's not all about his 40 time. It's not all about his hand size. It's not all about he could throw the football 70 yards on his knees, because I saw a guy, Jamarcus Russell, do that, who was the number 1 pick, and he couldn't play football to save his damn life. I've seen Ryan Leaf. Oh, my God, his arm strength is amazing. But you know what he couldn't do? I've seen Joe Milton come through Michigan, and people were like, this guy has a rocket. But you know what he couldn't do? He couldn't dial back when the guy was 5 yards away from him, and he'd throw a 400-mile-per-hour fastball. I've seen guys with all the athletic talent in the world, but they really couldn't digest the system. And where the check down is, and understanding where pressure's coming from, and identifying the Mike linebacker, and shifting your offensive line to the right protection. All those things that don't show up in combines, which Jared Goff, to me, not only has shown that he has all of those traits in spades, he's shown to me that he's even a better quarterback because of the things he lacks. He overcomes every one of his shortcomings by being smarter than you, by knowing the plays, by understanding his wide receivers, their strengths, their weaknesses, getting with Ben Johnson, understanding the concept of the offense. Okay, I know J-Mo's over here running a straight route. I know he's probably not going to get the ball, but what that's going to do is push the safeties 2 yards back. And now all of a sudden, oh, look, Laporta's running a post over the middle. The safeties are 2 yards farther away. I can slide. Like, those are things that people that don't like Jared Goff or can't comprehend how good Jared Goff is miss about football. The nuance, the art, how beautiful it is to watch this man orchestrate an offense up and down the field and be a leader of men. Do you think those guys in that huddle don't respect this guy when they look at him? Do you think he can't inspire people to do better? Of course he can, because every team he's been on has been elevated. So I just cannot be more frustrated with the people who have seen it with their eyes, who have watched a man take the Detroit Lions, the Detroit Lions, the team that has been the worst franchise in all of sports for 50 years. They can't see that this man has taken the worst franchise to the best spot it's ever been in. And the fact that they can't just shows me how small-minded they are. How the fact that they can't comprehend football things. And it's just very frustrating that we have people that live at this network and are on this network that I respect some of their opinions, but then I hear them talk about Jared Goff, and it's just like, wow, you really don't understand anything about sports, do you?
I'm going to back up your statement in the weirdest way. Here's Matt Eberflus. Of all people, here's Matt Eberflus from Hard Knocks last night. It's like you said, Stick, it's not just the talent that you bring, it's the work you put in, but also maybe it's the mindset, right, head coach Eberflus?
Winning doesn't make you a winner. Losing doesn't make you a loser. Winning habits makes you a winner. Losing habits makes you a loser.
Is that what you were saying there, Stick?
Yeah, that's pretty close to it. And I mean, poor Bears, they got Caleb Williams coming in town wearing his Merce and his painted nails. Like, you think that's a leader of men?
No. I'm saying
I'm not saying. I'm talking to the general public. Like, Caleb Williams, measurables. He's got all the talent, right? He's got all of it. But he also comes with this weirdness to him that if I'm a dog, am I looking up to the guy with painted, like, he's putting himself in a position where he has to be excellent.
Yeah.
Because you can't be quirky and not good. If you're quirky, you better be over the top good.
Mark Fidrich.
Exactly.
Oranges.
Fidrich strange. Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman.
If Dennis Rodman wasn't the best rebounder of all time, he would have been the weirdest dude to suck at basketball. And that's what Caleb Williams is on the border of becoming. If he's not good, I don't know yet.
Right.
Time will tell. That's what I love about these sports. Time will tell. But he is on the cusp of being too weird and not good enough to be that weird.
True deal.
So there we go. And
there you go.
The Bears.
All right.
So, yeah, thank you guys for being a part of the show today. Thank you to everybody in the chat. Even those I disagree with, I still love you. I respect you. Thank you to Alex for coming all the way here today, for doing the Skinny Butcher segment. KG,
yes,
Joel, even though you're over there talking under your breath, talking about how Darren Goff has weapons. Yeah, well, congratulations. Everybody needs weapons to succeed. I mean, there we go. Thank you.
Okay. And that is a show.
Yeah, nobody can hear you. You don't have a mic. Have a great show. Pete, we're out of here.
Love
We'll
you,
see you tomorrow.
See ya.